Since 1902, Lamar has been on a mission to partner and grow with local businesses by providing an unmatched out-of-home advertising service to all our clients. A Lamar sign is the most effective way for your business to get your message to the community. Check us out online at lamar.com or give us a call at 225-752-0200. Lamar.com or give us a call 225-752-0200. At Lamar, we are outdoor.
Donaldsonville and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge.
And welcome, Bear Nation, joining us live now on WBTR Channel 19, Channel 144, Cox and Netail. You're listening and watching live to Catholic High Football. I'm Dixon Wallace-McMakin, voice of the Bears, and joined by the greats, the Grizzly Greats, David Butler, and the original Mr. Football Friday Night, Kevin Franklin. And tonight we have for you a great matchup. The Catholic High School Bears, Division I returning state champions, take on the 5A Zachary Broncos, defending state champions as well. It's going to be a wet one, it's going to be a wild one, but it's going to be fantastic here from Memorial Stadium. Kevin, let's bring you in now. What are you going to be looking for tonight as the Catholic High Bears take on the Zachary Broncos?
I'm looking to see a real balanced offense. I'm balanced offense and defense. I'm looking. They're not going to show too much. It's still early in the season, but I know they want to get things started. They want to get the ball rolling here early.
Yeah, one thing to watch, folks. We have returning MVPs from the state championship game: quarterback Cameron Dartez and quarterback Keelan Brown for Zachary. A rare opportunity, Kevin, tonight to see two returners, MVPs, in the same matchup, and we're only in week 2.
Right. Those guys do a great job with both their individual teams. They are the captains of both the teams, and it goes by them. How they go is how the team goes.
And it's a really neat thing tonight, folks. The head coach for the Zachary Broncos is none other than 1992 graduate David Brewerton. So we have Catholic High Bears on our sideline, Catholic High Bear on the other sideline. We're going to talk about it a lot tonight, as class of 93 Grizzly great Kevin Franklin ran a lot of sweeps and a lot of whams behind big David Brewerton there on the right side of the line. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk about the captains. We're going to talk about the offense, talk about the defense, and we're going to have opening kickoff live here from Memorial Stadium as Catholic High is taking on the Zachary Broncos. Thank you to all of our corporate partners here on the Walk-Ons Bistro pregame show. Walk-Ons Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. Walk-Ons Bistro pregame show is done. It's kickoff right after this on Catholic High Football. Good
job. It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome to Slocal. Slocal is an educational initiative that allows you to give back to a school while supporting local businesses. Sign up in 3 easy steps, and 25% of your subscription will go back to a school of your choice, all while you enjoy savings and offers from your favorite local businesses. It's as simple as finding a business, opening the page, and redeeming the offer. Go to www.getslocal.com to find out more today.
Football and investing have something in common. The stronger the team, the stronger the results. Let the team at Altus Wealth Management of Jesse Daigle, Mickey Guidry, Ronnie Brown, Brad Ewing, Wally McMakin, Jeremy Perk, John Reeder, and John Stewart be on your side for all of your investment needs. From IRA to 401k, Altus Wealth is the team for you. Call them today, 225-201-9300, or visit altuswealthmgt.com.
And welcome back, folks, to Catholic High Football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Right now, Kevin's going to take us through the captains and what happened at the toss. Kev?
Yes, we have both of the Bears. We have number 25, Hunter Thomas, and we have number 72, Hunter Chauncey as the captain for the Bears.
They were the captains for the Bears. Zachary won the toss, and they deferred, so the Catholic High offense will be the ones to come out and bring us the football. And that offense right now will go through the starters for the Catholic High School Bears.
Thank you, Dixon. The starters for the Bears, number 69, at left tackle, Truett Bankston. At left guard, number 64, Thomas Beal. At center, number 61, Brian Hebert. Number 71, at right guard, Joseph Alexander. At right tackle, number 72, Hunter Chauncey. At wide receiver, we have number 7, Forrest Roy. At number 14, quarterback, Cameron Dortez. And number 82, wide receiver, Solomon Singleton.
And back to receive now for the Bears, Braylon Morgan and Josh Parker. Parker will get it to the 3-yard line. There he goes across the 10, 15. He's at the 20. Breaking away the left side with his defender. 25. He's at the 28. And finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A 30-yard return right there for Josh Parker on the kickoff. What a great job right there by Josh Parker. Kicking off for the Broncos was number 99, Ethan Patrick O'Brien. And the Bears will have fantastic field position to start the game here. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Kevin, one of your keys to the games was special teams. You have almost a 30-yard return. That's good.
Open up, yes. Watching film, I knew that the Bears are primed for a good special teams this week.
Great job by the Bears. Here comes that Bear offense now. Cameron Dartez, the quarterback. He'll be flanked by the 2 running backs. That's Braylon Morgan and Josh Parker. 2 receivers to the near side, and the H-back Hubitz is to the left. Center, Brian Hibbert. Looking at the plays right now. Looking at the sideline. See, there's a play call. 31-yard line, 1st and 10. We'll give the dive away up the middle to Braylon Morgan. He'll look for a little hole and is met by that big Zachary Bronco defense. They'll be led tonight by number 42, the middle linebacker, Wes Brady. He was the district MVP in an all-state selection last year, and also the defensive tackle, number 92, Hunter Bell for the Broncos. You'll hear those names a lot, folks, as they are the leading tacklers of this program. So here we go. We have 2nd and 9 now. They'll say Braylon Morgan got one from the 32-yard line. Bears have a lot of players in motion. They're going to heavy formation. Truett Banks and the left tackle is now lined up at the right end, and they'll give it on the sweep play. That's Trey Benson coming around the near side, and he'll be tackled for a loss right there by number 34, Taylor Milton on the tackle, the outside linebacker. Once again, he'll do a great job for them, and he'll get a lot of tackles tonight. But a loss of 2 on the play for Braylon Morgan to be 3rd and 11 from the 29.
Yes, they were trying to string that ball outside to see what they got. I saw an inside run and an outside run on the first 2 plays, so they're trying to see what their defense is about right now.
Bears going inside, going outside. Now they'll go empty backfield. Dartez at shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Darton's waiting for the snap. There he goes, and he drops back, looking to his left, throws the under. That's Benson at the 30. He's at the 34, trying to get outside, and is unable to do so, and he'll be tackled after a short gain at the 34-yard line. So that'll be 4th down for the Bears. Broncos will get the stop, and on to punt for the Bears now will be number 80, Cole Kazanoff, coming into the game. This will be his first punt of the season, as last week versus Parkview did not get a punt at all. Back to receive for Zachary Broncos will be number 19. That's Chandler Whitfield. Whitfield, one of the top receivers from last year's program. He'll be standing at about the 25, 27. Kazanoff will be kicking from the 20. Elijah Reams, number 9, the defensive end, the snapper. There's a snap. Good snap. Goes to his right. Does a rugby-style kick, and he boots one down the field. It's going to bounce to the 21. Takes a Catholic High bounce. Whitfield will pick it up at the 12. He jukes the first defender at the 15. Makes another move at the 20. Tries to get outside, but he's unable to do so at the 22-yard line. And the Zachary Broncos will take over with 9:45 to go in the first quarter. And we'll be right back on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Now you can shop online with Marucci Sports this school year. Marucci is committed to outfitting Bear fans with the highest quality products by now offering its premier line of fan apparel for all of our CHS athletic teams online. Log on maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter CHS Bears in all caps in the sales code to view this year's entire line of fan gear. That's maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter.
And welcome back to Catholic High football. That first play right there, Keelan Brown, the quarterback, was looking to the near sideline. That's number 1, Chris Hilton. He throws it over his head, so the Broncos now will have 2nd and 10 from the 22nd yard line. You got the junior quarterback, Keelan Brown in the backfield. That's the 5A title MVP. Last year in this game, he was 13 of 19 for a 68%, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Zachary will also line up mainly in the shotgun. Very similar formation to Catholic High. Brown, the quarterback, he's at shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. There he goes. He drops back, gets the sack. Now he looks over the middle of the field, and Whitfield has got room. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 30. He's got 1 man to beat. 20, 15, 10, and touchdown. Zachary Broncos, number 19, Chandler Whitfield gets the 78-yard touchdown reception on the 3rd play of the ball game. And the Zachary Broncos go up 6-0. Kevin, I mean, you're spot on. One of those Kevin's keys to victory was what?
Yeah, stop the big plays, no big plays. And what happened there, it was basically a coverage. They didn't go one-on-one. They went on one with one of the best guys, Chandler Whitfield, on the field. They didn't match up well with him. If you're going to stop a spread offense, you have to match up and be able to do things in the secondary to stop these guys.
Bears unable to stop him right there. I want to kick the extra point for Zachary, number 99, Ethan Patrick O'Brien, the senior kicker. He'll await the snap. There's the hold. Kick is up. Kind of a wobbly one, and they're going to say it went right through. So with 9:30 to go in the first quarter, Zachary gets on the board, and they lead the Catholic High School Bears 7-0. We'll be right back on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Doe's Eat Place in Mid-City, Baton Rouge is your family-friendly neighborhood steakhouse right around the corner from Catholic High. Just like the Bears, Doe's is all in on their commitment to a winning team. They hand-cut their steaks daily with beef loins that are aged at least 21 days. So head to Doe's before or after the game and help them keep the winning tradition. Doe's Eat Place, located at 3723 Government Street, or call 387-5331 or visit doesbatonrouge.com.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors. And we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, and celebrations. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
And you're back here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR, Catholic High Bears, Zachary Broncos. And there's the kickoff to the Bears. Back at the 5-yard line, Josh Parker will get it to 7. He's across to the 20. He's got a blocker. He goes outside of the 25, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line, near sideline. Great return right there by the running back, Josh Parker. Zachary scored on the first 2 plays of the game. We have a scoring drive, Kevin?
Yeah, 2 plays, 78 yards. It didn't take them that long to strike on us. 15 seconds.
15 seconds right there. Well, you know what? Always the positive. Catholic High now has a lot of time left in the first quarter. Put some more points on the board.
And field position. I believe right now at the 30, this is great field position to start off a drive. We just have to get into a good rhythm here. If we get into a good rhythm and do what we do well, it's a balance between pass and run, I think we won't have a problem.
So far in this game, Zachary's up 7-0. We're at 9:23 to go in the first quarter. Cameron Dartez once again will come out. Empty backfield. He's got 4 receivers to the far side. Hubix, the tight end, is the H-back on the left side as well. We have a bunch formation. 3 receivers on the line. 1's bunch. Dartez gets the snap. Now he throws immediately out there. That's Trey Benson, the freshman. He'll get the pass. He'll get across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. Nice pickup of 6 on the play for the Bears to Benson.
Yeah, you know already. I love this. I love that play because it's basically a spread, a sprint out to the wide receiver and let him run. I love that play.
Great pitch and catch right there for the Bears. They're going to say he picked up a strong 6 or maybe 7. 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. Dartez at shotgun. Three receivers now to the near side. Hubix comes in motion, and he'll throw it out to Forrest Roy to the near side. He's across the 40, down to the 41, 42. It's going to be close to a first down, and they're going to give it to him. That's going to be a first down, Catholic High. D'Artez to Roy.
Good job, man, on that. His poise. He's so cool. He's so relaxed right now. He's doing an awesome job of leading the Bears right now.
Going to have to stay relaxed and stay poised tonight. Now the Bears will have to come back from a deficit, which last year, as far as I remember, we didn't do very often, maybe once or twice all season. So D'Artez and shotgun again, one to the near side, two to the far side. Running backs to the backfield to his right. Hubix at tight end the left side on the line. D'Artez gets the snap, looks down the field, looking to his left, throws it to the far side. That's Gregory Martin, the wide receiver, and he'll get a nice 7-yard gain for the Bears right there. So it'll be 2nd and 3. D'Artez to Martin. Great job for the Bears.
Good job, Bears. Hey, that's out. He just out on that guy, run out on him, throw the ball, pitch and catch.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it now. We always used to do, odd numbers you run out, even numbers you run in.
The route tree.
That would have been the old 5 route, I guess, kind of hit the sticks, kind of head to the sidelines.
Yes.
So now D'Artez is going to go under center. We got a heavy load formation in the backfield. Braylon Morgan, the lone running back, one receiver to the near side, will get the snap. He'll hand it off to Braylon Morgan. Now he's going to cut outside. He's at the 49, crosses the 50, still on his feet. They don't call him down. They're going to say he's not down at the 49. He gets another 6 yards, and Braylon Morgan will take it all the way out to the 43-yard line. One of those plays where it looked like he was down on the ground, but the official did not blow the whistle. And great job by Braylon Morgan to realize that and keep running.
Go to the whistle blows. If he doesn't blow the whistle, keep pumping your legs and get that first down. Braylon has been doing a good job this season with running the ball. I'm really impressed how he got his shoulder square and started running, man. He did a great job on that play.
Yeah, great job right there. Catholic High now comes into a unique formation, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Now they'll shift out of that, and they'll go 2 to the far side. That's Michael Grisafi in the game. D'Artez at shotgun. Jake Outlaw, the running back next to him. He'll hand it off to Outlaw, the dive play. He gets across the 40, keeps rumbling down. He'll get all the way down to the 36-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the play for the Bears. Pickup of 7. So it'll be 2nd and 3 for Catholic High at the 36-yard line. 7:11 to go in the first quarter.
This is what we do well. We do this really, really well. We get the ball. We are very calm. We just, play our offense. This is what we do well here.
2nd and 3 from the 36. D'Artez at shotgun. He has both running backs flanking him. That's Braylon Morgan and Josh Parker. 2 receivers to the far side. There's the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's got a rusher right in his face. He pumps fake, and now he pulls it down, and he's going to run for it. He gets around the outside 35 and out of bounds at the 30, and he'll pick up the first down at the 30-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Great job by D'Artez.
First down Bears. First down Bears. I'm excited about that play. He tucked it and was able to make a play with his feet, and that's what they wasn't counting on. They wasn't counting on him doing something with his own feet to make a play, man. That's a great job by D'Artez.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of pressure right there by the defensive end, 79, Charles Selders. He's the right defensive end. D'Artez pumped and got him off of his feet, then was able to get around him. Great job by D'Artez. 1st and 10 from the 30. There's the snap. He's going to hand it up the middle. That's Josh Parker. He'll get across the 30, 29. They'll give him a pickup of 1 yard on the play for Parker. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Bears from the 29-yard line. 6:30 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, not much to get there. Just get to the line of scrimmage and give us another play. Don't put the ball on the ground. Hold it high and tight and give us another play.
Yeah, sometimes you see that after a play kind of doesn't happen how you draw it up. Sometimes that next dive play, they think you're going to go back to a big play because something got messed up.
Right.
And that's what they're thinking right there. It's okay, though. 2nd and 9, 6:10 to go, first quarter. Jake Outlaw, the lone running back. Charles Barhorse, or Chuck as they call him, is the fullback. They'll fake the handoff. D'Artez rolls out to his left. He's going to hit the fullback, Barhorse, out of the backfield, and he gets across the 25 and taken all the way down to the 21-yard line, almost a first down. And now we'll have a timeout on the field, and they're going to have a coach's timeout for a water break here. So we'll take an LHSA-approved water break here. Catholic High is down 0-7 to Zachary with 5:53 to go in the first quarter, and we will be right back on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty who have contributed, the Fund for Catholic High School is essential to ensuring continued excellence for our students as they learn, grow, and discover their true potential for success in life. So give today to the Fund for Catholic High School by logging on to CatholicHigh.org and be a part of what's defining the difference at CHS. And go Bears!
At the the Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge, we treat the athlete inside all of us. Whether it's an injury from a game-breaking play or a fall in the driveway, we're ready to treat all of your aches and breaks. With locations in Baton Rouge, Prairieville, and Walker, our 17 orthopedic specialists share a common goal: to keep you moving. Orthopedic specialists are on hand Fridays from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at our Prairieville location. Find us online at bjcbr.com. The Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge. Move more, hurt less.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly...
Hey, Bear fans, the CHS bookstore is geared up and ready for the 2018 football season. Arrive at the game in style this season. Come to the bookstore and check out all the latest apparel and fan gear and pack the stands in orange and black. Football tickets can be purchased right here for every game. Show your pride, Bears. Shop in the bookstore school days, Monday through Friday from 7:30 until 3:30. Go Bears!
Hello, Bear fans. This is Darryl Papillon of Walters, Papillon, Thomas & Cullens, a proud partner of the Catholic High Bears. Our lawyers have 100 years of experience handling serious injury, wrongful death, and complex commercial cases. We are the alumni, parents, and children representing more than a dozen current and
Let me check the number. Okay then, brother. Thank you so much. Hey, y'all hear me? Hey, can y'all hear me? All right, we lost all power in the booth. We got it fixed.
Am I back, Cade? We're back.
Mac, are we
we're good. We're back in, guys.
And welcome back to Catholic High football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Broncos got 5 yards on the opening play on that kickoff after Matthew Goodson kicked in the end zone. Keelan Brown, quarterback, fakes the handoff. He'll run up the middle. He'll get 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Broncos.
Yeah, good job, Bears, on that one.
For those listening and watching, just first time at Memorial on the season, so getting a couple crinks kicked out of the system. But here we go, big 3rd down now. 3rd and 3 for the Broncos at the 27-yard line. 4:05 to go in the quarter. Keelan Brown at quarterback. We have 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 running back to his right in the backfield. There's the snap, steps back, looks to his left, looking for the receiver, getting pressure, and he's taken down in the backfield. Sack right there by number 9, Elijah Reams, getting in the backfield and taking down the quarterback.
The lead in tackle from last year, Elijah Reams is going to get to that backfield. It looked like a coverage sack. Looked like the guys he didn't have anybody to throw to, he had to tuck it and run. So that was a good job by the Bears. It was a good coverage sack.
Yeah, it looked like the 3 receivers to the near side. He was going for those quick slants, and the Bears were pressing him. Didn't see one open, and Elijah Reams able to get in there for the sack. Now, here's something you don't see every day. One of the most athletic guys on the field, track All-American, is going to be the punter, Sean Burrell. So Catholic High's been working really hard to make sure they do not fake it. A left-footed kicker. He'll kick it from the 14. He kicks a high wobbler, and it'll bounce around the 45, and it bounce backwards, and they'll mark it dead at the 47-yard line. So not quite the furthest kick that Sean would have liked. And the Bears, once again, will have phenomenal field position, Kevin, as they're going to start now on the 47-yard line with 3:07 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they just needed a guy on the field, somebody can do it. It looked like they said, I watched him on field all week. I was like, I don't think he's the best guy, but he's the best guy to have the punting. So I think the guys can take advantage of that. That's why I said one of my keys was special teams.
And so far in the game, you'd have to say, you know, Catholic High in the special teams. The scorer, Catholic High 6, Zachary 7. And here comes the Catholic High offense. 3:07 to go in the first quarter. D'Artes leading the team out again. He'll be in shotgun. He'll have 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Near side's Forrest Rohr and Trey Benson. Josh Parker, that's Braylon Morgan is the running back. Benson will go in motion now to the far side. D'Artes gets the snap. Quick throw to Benson, a far side, left side. He's at the 45, got some space, and he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage. That'll be by the defensive back on the far side of the field. Looked like number 22, Caleb Knighton, one of the leading tacklers. Yep, that's 22 over there. And he'll get him right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Bears at the 47-yard line. 2:44 to go in the first quarter.
I like what the Bears are doing here. I like the matchups. They're matching up. They're looking to see what guys match up or don't match up with some of these fast wide receivers and running back from the Bears and getting them the ball and let them making the play.
D'Artes at shotgun, 2 receivers the near side. Braylon Morgan, the running back. They'll give it to him on the sweep out of the backfield. He gets to the 50, right across the 50. They'll say to the 49-yard line. Taken down by big number 93, Caleb Jackson. So they'll give him a 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Bears at the 49-yard line. 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Bears really do not want to throw away the opportunity here with this great field position.
No, they can't right now. And controlling the line of scrimmage is what I see. One of their last plays, it was 10 plays for 69 yards. You have to control. 10 plays is a really good drive, and that's what I see right now. If they can get a 10-play drive right here, it'll be all right. It'll be great.
D'Artes at shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side. Fullback is to the left side. Trey Benson now goes in motion across the line of scrimmage to the far side. D'Artes gets the snap, and then he'll follow behind the offensive guard, and D'Artes will get across the 45 down to the 42. First down, Catholic High. Great job by Cameron D'Artes getting right behind the pulling guard, Joseph Alexander.
Yeah, Joseph is a big guy. He gets up in there, man, and he moves bodies. And this is where I thought one of the matchup problems were. The Bears having to match up with the Bears front line. A lot of people in the state can't do that. The Bears do that really, really well. They can't match up with us.
Yeah, very tough. Catholic High doing a great job. D'Artes at shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. 1 running back next to him. He'll hand it off to Braylon Morgan. He'll throw it back, toss back. Now D'Artes is going to throw it deep. He's underthrow the man, though. And Zachary has it well defended, looking for Edward Francis down the field at the 10-yard line. And D'Artes right there, not sure what happened. The ball might have slipped, but did not have the distance that he really needed on that toss-back throw.
A little dew on the ground. That's probably what it was, because I've never seen him underthrow a guy. I've seen him always run underneath it. Hey, that was just, one of the things. Let's try it. Let's try a little razzle-dazzle and see how it goes.
Unfortunately, the razzle-dazzle did not work on that one. But Bears have crossed into Bronco territory. They're at the 43-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. Jake Outlaw's now the running back next to Dartez, the shotgun. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Dartez gets the snap, and he'll hand it to Outlaw, who do the dive to the left side, makes a defender miss at the 35. He'll get taken down there for a pickup of 7 yards by Jake Outlaw. Great run right there by the Catholic High running back. It'll be 3rd and 3. Now Bears look like they're going for the hurry-up. Dartez and company staying on the field. And now they'll slow it down just a little bit. It looked like they were going to go for the hurry-up. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Dartez at shotgun. We'll have 3 receivers to the near side. Jake Outlaw is the running back. Hubix the H-back. Not sure if we have enough men on the line of scrimmage here. We'll see what happens. Okay, 2 guys are on the line over here. Dartez gets the snap. He'll give it to Outlaw up the middle, and he is met immediately by the Bronco defenders. Big 79, Charles Selders, and 94, Elijah Hayes. The defensive ends for the Broncos make the stop. So now the ball will be placed at the 36-yard line. And Catholic High has something to think about here. Do we go for the field goal or do we go for it? We know Goodson has a pretty strong leg.
Yes.
Don't think it's going to be that strong right now, as the offense will stay on the field. Actually, you know what they're going to do, Kev? We got 15 seconds to the quarter ends. Looks like we're going to let the clock go down. 10 seconds to go the first quarter. Offense is staying out there. Coaches are now walking to the other side of the field. And with 2-1, there you have it. Through the first quarter of play here from Memorial Stadium, it's Catholic High 6, the Zachary Broncos 7. You are listening to Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
Hello, Bear fans. This is Darryl Papillon of Walters, Papillon, Thomas & Cullens, a proud partner of the Catholic High Bears. Our lawyers have 100 years of experience handling serious injury, wrongful death, and complex commercial cases. We are the alumni, parents, and children representing more than a dozen current and former Catholic high school Bears or alumni of other schools of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. Go Bears!
After decades of duplicating, we're going digital, providing our customers with the latest technology and exceptional customer service.
Before, years ago, we just simply used the copy machine to copy, but now we're able to copy and print and scan and email, and with one machine, that makes everything easier. Not only do they sell the product and guarantee it, they back it up and they service that product.
Call us now for all of your digital office products. BRDP, experience no one can copy.
And welcome back, folks, to Catholic High Football. We're through the first quarter. Catholic High 6, Zachary Broncos 7. Catholic High has the football. It's 4th down and 4 from the 36-yard line, and they're going to go for it. The offense is coming back on the field. Cameron Dartez at shotgun. 1 receiver to the near side, that's Singleton. 2 receivers to the far side, and Josh Parker, the running back, in the backfield with Dartez. And we have a penalty now. The official on the near side is saying you know what it looks like he called, Kev? He called it on the lineman that he put his hand down and then he picked it back up in illegal motion. Wow.
Picked it up. Old rule, but it still stands strong today. You cannot pick that hand up once you put it on the ground.
Old rule. Usually the official, might have already given him a warning in the game that we didn't see, but not sure. So now the punt team will come onto the field. They'll bring on Matthew Goodson. We just had Kazanov kick the first one. Now Goodson will come on, and back to receive for the Broncos will be number 17. That's Sean Burrell, who actually does the punting for them as well. He's a 400-meter racer, all-state, I think All-American too.
All-American, USA track team. He's USA track and field today, one of the state champion, all that.
And Goodson will kick from the 45. He's kicking down to Burrell, who will be standing at the 11, kicks it over his head. It's bounced, and the Catholic High gets a phenomenal bounce, and there to catch it for the Bears, number 5, Tywan McDowell, and he'll down at the 2-yard line. What a phenomenal job right there by Goodson to kick it over Burrell's head, who was standing about the 11-yard line. It bounced at about the 5-yard line, and the Bears picked it up right at the 2-yard line. And Catholic High has pinned the Broncos all the way back to the 2-yard line with 11:52 to go. Now in the second quarter till halftime. Kevin, you got the stats in front of you. Any stats stick out to you for that first quarter?
Yeah, what stats stick out to me right now is the offensive plays, of course. The Bears have 19 for 88 yards. Zachary have 5 for 82. And the time of possession. Zachary has 2 minutes and 28 seconds. The Bears have 9 minutes and 32 seconds. So those are the two that stand out to me right there.
Yeah, Bears are putting those drive together, but Zachary got that long touchdown. So here comes Keelan Brown. He's at shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. He'll fake the dive play. Now he's looking down the field. Has a lot of time, getting pressure out of his end zone. Now throws it out of his end zone. Intended receiver at the 9-yard line. Great coverage right there by number 34 for the Bears. That was Landon Richard on the breakup right there. Great job for the Bears. Thought the Bears were going to get a safety right there, but it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 2-yard line. 11:45 to go in the second quarter. Shout out to my stepbrother, Austin Hatcher, listening in. Heading down to Grand Isle, bringing back his stepbrother some red fish. Thank you, Austin, for that. That'll be fantastic. So once again, Keelan Brown is in the end zone. He's about halfway in there now, and they'll have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. These Broncos have some very impressive-looking receivers that we talked about. Yes. Keelan Brown and Sean Burrell, 2 of the best athletes in all of high school football this year.
Yes. On that play, they were trying to get Chris Hilton deep on a 1-on-1. That was good coverage by Armwood. Armwood had with a great coverage on him. He locked him up on that.
Now they're going to set up the screen pass, and they have it to the near side, catches it in the end zone. That's 86. He's across the 15 and taken all the way down to the 21-yard line for the Broncos. Excuse me, that's 85. Jadarian Davis right there, who's gotten a couple offers already on the season, and a nice job right there. One of those plays you see out of the end zone, a screen pass, Kevin. You ran a lot of those.
Screen backside to the short side. You don't see that a lot, but they saw they had the numbers. So what they did, they equated the numbers on the short side of the field, and they were able to make a play on that one.
So that'll give the Broncos a lot of breathing room right there on the 21-yard gain on that screen pass to Jadarian Davis, 85. So Keelan Brown will now be in shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Running back is set up to his left, and they'll give it to him up the middle. That's number 18, R.J. Allen. He'll power his way across the 25 all the way down to the 27-yard line. 5-yard pickup for the Broncos. 2nd and 5 from the 27.
RJ is a little bitty back. What I saw on film that he was a little bitty guy, a little bit of scat back that gets behind those big guys, and he kind of make yards behind the big guys. So that's what he did. He kind of hid behind that big number 71 out there, and he kind of got some yards. That's a good job.
To equate to the Catholic High running backs, probably more of the Braylon Morgan type.
Yes, sir.
Than the Josh Parker right there. Yeah, he's definitely the shortest, probably offensive player in the field right now for the Broncos. So they'll have 2nd and 4 from the 28-yard line. Keelan Brown at shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. That's R.J. Allen, the running back. He'll get the snap. He'll throw back. He looks to his left. Has a receiver coming across the field, but he is taken down immediately by number 10, Hayden Shaheen, with a nice tackle. It'll be really close to the first down. The official on the near side. Looks like they're going to take the time. They're going to look at it and see. Here comes the referee to look in. And well, this is going to be kind of awkward because he's told them they're going to take a measurement. And now they're just going to give it to him. You saw that right there. The referee came in to get a measurement. The chain crew had already moved the chains.
Come on, Real.
Come on now. That's our all-star chain crew down there.
Yes.
Maurice Coleman, Daryl Orso, Perry Key. Come on, guys. Stay put. 10:32 to go, second quarter. Catholic High down by 1, 6-7. Broncos driving. They have 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. Keelan Brown goes for the handoff. Loose ball on the field. He picks it up, and then he goes down at the 20-yard line. So he will lose 13 yards on the play. And that was just a little miscommunication right there between the running back and the quarterback.
Yes, when I looked on film, that play was like that right wing. They're very strong to run on that play. So I think he was thinking run, he was thinking pass, trying to pull it, and trying to do the run-pass option. And the handoff messed up on that play.
That was something I always remember Coach Weiner teaching us. The quarterback has the ball, and the running back gets it only if the quarterback gives it to him.
Yes.
The quarterback has it, running back only gets it if the quarterback lets you have it. On that one, the running back looked like he was kind of grabbing for it, and that's what might have caused the fumble right there.
Yes.
Lost 12 yards on the play, and now they'll bring in Kyle Landry, the backup running back. Keelan Brown in shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near side. He'll get the snap at shotgun, looks back, looking left, now looking across the middle of the field, and there's Jonathan Medier, picked it off the 35. He's across the 25 and taken down at the 17-yard line. Jonathan Medier, interception for the Bears. Great job, Medier.
Prime time. I love him. When he dropped back, what he did was he never took his eyes. I didn't take my eyes off him either. And guess what? The center fielder, prime time, didn't take his eyes off him either, and he broke on the ball. That's a great play by him.
Great job by Jonathan Medier just playing center field back there. Two-sport athlete. He does play baseball as well, getting an interception right there for the Bears. And now the Bears have a phenomenal opportunity as they are in the Coca-Cola red zone now, as the ball will be placed at the 18-yard line. First and 10, Catholic High, 9:24 to go in the second quarter. Catholic High down by 1 at 6-7. Here comes D'Artez and the offense. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Running back Braylon Morgan is set up to his right, and shotgun is D'Artez. Now the 2 receivers to the far side will come in motion. That's Hubix and Grafassi. They'll get now to the near side. 3 receivers to the near side. D'Artez still at shotgun. Sends Braylon Morgan in motion as well to the near side. D'Artez up the middle. QB keep. He crosses the 15, crosses the 10, still on his feet, and finally taken down all the way at the 11-yard line. And that'll be a Catholic High first down.
Yeah, I call that quarterback draw, 14-15, right up the middle. Get behind those big guys, Bankston and those guys, and get some yards. Good play.
Great job right there by D'Artez. You know, last year in this game, D'Artez ran for 19 times 101 yards, which is very rare for the quarterback to have over 100 in the air and 100 on the ground. Great job right there by D'Artez. So the Bears will have first and goal now. They're going to say he got all the way down to the 8-yard line. D'Artez will go under center. He'll have Josh Parker, the running back, in the backfield. D'Artez will get the snap. He'll hand it to Josh Parker around the right side. 5 yards, still on his feet, trying to punch it in the end zone, and just unable to do so. He's all the way down to the 1-yard line, getting some big-time encouragement from alumni director Brian Hightower right on the sidelines. Josh Parker gets all the way down to the 1. We'll have second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Hurry up. They're running a hurry up right now. They hurry up and call the next play to get them off guard, and see a man running off the field now.
D'Artez is in shot. He'll stay under center now. Josh Parker, the running back. Barhorse, the fullback. He'll go heavy on the right side. D'Artez gets the snap, hands it to Josh Parker. He's around that right side, but he is met by the Bronco defenders right there. That's number 34 for them, Taylor Milton, who just had to come out of the game because his helmet came off, but they'll stop him, and they're going to say he got 1-yard loss. So it'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and goal for the Catholic High Bears. 8:10 to go here in the second quarter.
Yes. I'm seeing the Bears spread them out a little bit here. There's too tight in there. Bears need to spread out, and this is what they do well. They spread people out. This is what spread offense is for.
Yeah, that was the jumbo Bruin set. They bring in Connor Finucane, the defensive tackle, as an extra blocker, but a great job by the Broncos to match up with the big Bruin set of Catholic High. So D'Artez now in his normal shotgun. Josh Parker, the running back, to his right. Trey Benson will go in motion across the line of scrimmage. D'Artez will get the snap, fakes the handoff, and he rolls to his right, looking for a seam, cuts it back, and the officials are right there going to say he is down at the 1-yard line. D'Artez not quite able to get the cutback move to get across. Now what is Gabe Fertitta do? 7:30 to go. Does he kick a field goal, or does he go for it?
Yeah, they haven't stopped the Bears all night. I don't see them stopping this play either. I don't see them stopping them from getting in the end zone anytime tonight.
And the Bears are going to go for it. They're going to bring in the jumbo heavy set. Connor Finucane coming into the game. Elijah Reams coming into the game. Josh Parker coming out of the ball game. Lone receiver to the near side, that's Greg Martin. To the far side, Forrest Roy. D'Artez will be at shotgun. Elijah Reams will be the blocking back, the H-back to his right. D'Artez gets the snap. And then Coach Brewerton running down the sideline will get the timeout. They'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout here in the booth as well. We'll be right back on Catholic High football. Catholic High 6, Broncos 7, 7:01 to go. Second quarter on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Lamar Advertising is a proud corporate partner of Catholic High School. Since 1902, Lamar has been on a mission to partner and grow with local businesses by providing an unmatched out-of-home advertising service to all our clients. A Lamar sign is the most effective way for your business to get your message to the community. Check us out online at lamar.com or give us a call at 225-752-0200. Lamar.com or give us a call 225-752-0200. At Lamar, we are outdoor.
Catholic High and Calandro's Supermarket have been Mid-City neighbors for 77 years, since 1941. That's over 3/4 of a century of minds and hearts educated, groceries served, Catholic High football games, and community outreach together in the heart of Baton Rouge. We are so proud to have 2 generations of Calandro men who are proud CHS alumni, and we look forward to another 77 years of academic, athletic, grocery store, and community excellence in the Baton Rouge area.
And welcome back, folks, to Catholic High football here, 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Catholic High has 4th and 1, 4th and goal Here with 7:01 to go in the second quarter. Dartez at shotgun, 2 receivers the far side, 2 receivers the near side. Braylon Morgan, the lone running back. Now the Bears will go in motion. Cubics will come to the near side, so will Michael Grisapi. We'll have 3 receivers to the near side. Dartez still at shotgun. Now he'll send Braylon Morgan in motion as well, and they'll just do the quarterback dive right at the middle. And Dartez across the line of scrimmage. Touchdown, Catholic High. Cameron Dartez, 1-yard run for the score.
Hey, I knew it was coming, especially behind those big Bears, man. They can't stop that line. They just rammed it in there. I saw a pull on that one. See how he pulled? He got right behind him and rammed it in the zone.
Yeah, great job by the pulling guard, Joseph Alexander. What I love about that play, the Bears started in double twins, 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near side. They all go in motion, so then the Zachary Bronco defense kind of shifts, thinking something's coming that way with 3 receivers, and instead Dartez just takes it right up the middle in that dive play. Touchdown for the Bears. Dartez now in the hole. Matthew Goodson will be on to kick the extra point. Elijah Reams, the snapper. He's kicking from the 10-yard line, 20-yard extra point. Kicks it up, and it's good. So with 6:56 to go in the second quarter, Catholic High gets on the board with a Cameron Dartez 1-yard touchdown run. They lead the Zachary Broncos 13-7 here live from Memorial Stadium on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty who have contributed, the Fund for Catholic High School is essential to ensuring continued excellence for our students as they learn, grow, and discover their true potential for success in life. So give today to the Fund for Catholic High School by logging on to CatholicHigh.org and be a part of what's defining the difference at CHS. And go Bears!
And welcome back, folks, to Memorial Stadium. The Catholic High Bears versus the Zachary Broncos. Catholic High got on the board with 1-yard touchdown run by Cameron Dartez, and they take the lead 13-7, 6:56 to go in the ballgame. Matthew Goodson kicking off for the Bears from the 40-yard line. He'll kick it all the way into the end zone. Zachary Broncos unable to return it. Kevin, I'm loving so far by the Catholic High Bears. We've seen them do a little spread, get the Broncos spread out, but then they come back to that bread and butter, the dive play up the middle.
Yes, that's the Bears do they balance well. I try to find some flaws in them. I did. I'm just telling you, that's just the defensive back in me. I try to find flaws. I couldn't. They do a real good job of balancing that pass and that run. They really do.
Great job by Catholic High alums listening in. Trey Samahal, Bobby Hastings, Ben Anderson, Jeremy Hicks, Neil LaMonica. I always appreciate my listeners out there telling me I'm doing an okay job up here with the greats. Keelan in shotgun now, 2 receivers the far side. He'll hand it up to the middle. That's the big running back, Kyle Landry, 29. He'll get across the 25 to the 26. So he'll give him 6 yards on that opening play. Broncos will now have 2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line.
No razzle and dazzle with Kyle. He's going to run the ball straight ahead. He's not a cut guy. He's going to run it straight ahead, and that's what they did on film, and that's what I saw about it.
Yeah, you know when Kyle Landry's in there, if he's going to get the football on the run, it's probably going to be up the middle, or they're going to fake the dive to him and then go for a receiver maybe down the field or something. Also a great blocking back for the Broncos. So Keelan Brown will be at shotgun. He'll have 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. Kyle Landry will stay in at running back. Gets the snap. Now he's going to do the quarterback keep around the left side. He's able to get the corner and around it and gets around all the way down to the 34-yard line. He'll pick up a first down. And, wow, do you see the speed of Keelan Brown right there. Holy moly.
That's what we haven't saw. We've seen Cameron Dartez. We've seen him get going tonight. If the Bears have the chance, they have to control that guy right there. They have to control Keelan Brown.
Yeah. That's what you talk about, the big plays you can get from Keelan Brown. When he has those big scores, they're usually not the Cameron Dartez up the middle runs.
No.
It's getting around the outside, getting around that edge. And when he's in the free, open, you know Sean Burrell is a great track athlete, but don't be surprised Keelan Brown can keep up with him as well.
He got wheels. He has wheels. He really does.
1st and 10 for the Broncos, 6:10 to go. They're at the 34-yard line. Gets the snap, now looks to the near side, throws the quick pass out, and there he is right there. Nope, that's number 19, Chandler Whitfield, who got that quick pass. And he'll get across the 40 all the way down to the 42-yard line. Thought that was Sean Burrell as I was just talking about him. So Whitfield will get the catch, and he'll pick up 8 on the play. So 2nd down and 2 now from the 43-yard line. 5:40 to go in the second quarter. And the referees will take a timeout. They will have a hydration timeout on the field. They'll take a break on the field. We'll take a break in the booth. 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Catholic High leads the Broncos 13-7 here on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
We have a new player on the field, and he's ready for kickoff with a delicious Coca-Cola. The Kick. Ice giving him a little trouble as a few cubes shake loose. He's probably going to pour it here. He does. The liquid cuts through an opening. That Coca-Cola's looking pretty good. Can he go all the way? He's going for it. He did it! And just listen to that fizz. Thousands of bubbles jumping in excitement. That might have been the most refreshing thing that I've ever seen. Coca-Cola. Taste the feel.
Hello, my name is Paul Ross from the class of 1987, and I'm the current Catholic High Men's Club president. Since 1930, the Catholic High Men's Club has provided service and funding to Catholic High. The Men's Club membership drive is now underway, and for just $30 a year or $300 for a lifetime membership, you too can become a part of this tradition. The Men's Club sponsors the weekly football broadcast and actively supports many programs at CHS. Please provide your support by joining or renewing your membership now on the Men's Club page at catholichigh.org.
And welcome back to Catholic High Football live from Memorial Stadium. Catholic High 13, Zachary 7, 5:37 to go in the ballgame. You're listening live on 104.5 ESPN and watching on the BruinBroadcast.com and WBTR. There's the snap, Keelan Brown. He'll hand it up the middle. There's 29, Kyle Landry. He'll get across the line of scrimmage. And now the official, I'm not sure which official they're going to say. You know, one of them here has his foot on the 45. The other one has it on the, this is odd, on the 43.
Yes.
And now they're going to have to argue about this. Look at this. This will be interesting. One of them will have a first down. Yeah, the officials are disagreeing now. Official on the far side, he has his foot on the 43. Official on the near side has his on the 45. It depends on when the knee went down. If the line to go is at the 44-yard line.
Right.
So this is the difference between a first down or not.
Right.
And they're going to push him back, which is the right call. If an official sees that knees down, he has the right call. What you're taught is whichever side of the field the ball's on, usually that official has the call. But if the linemen are in the way, I think that was a great job by the officials right there.
Right.
Of course I think it's a great job because it doesn't give the Broncos a first down. This is Catholic High Football, Catholic High Radio. Of course I think it's great.
We're not going to give him too much credit.
Great job.
Dixon. We're not going to give him too much credit.
Glad that $5 I put in his pocket went to good use. Didn't do it. It's a lie. Okay, 3rd and 1, 43-yard line. Keelan Brown in shotgun. He'll get the snap, and he'll hand it straight up the middle. And he'll get across the 45, no doubt about that one. Kyle Landry get across the 45 all the way down to the 48-yard line, and a flag came in on the play. Most likely a face mask, personal foul on the Bears, which is just going to be heartbreaking because that'll put the Broncos into Bear territory.
Yeah, it came late, so it has to be a face mask, and because he was fighting for yards, so it did come in late.
Waiting on a referee the call. There it is, face mask against the Bears. So they'll get an additional 15 yards from the end of the run. And the Broncos really were kind of struggling to get some yards right there, and you never know. Okay, so they're going to call it an incidental face mask. I only give them the 5 yards.
Okay.
That'll be beneficial for the Bears, but it will take them into Bear territory. So that'll be at the 49-yard line. 4:45 to go till the half. Bears up 13-7. That mixed extra point now. You know, if they score and get it, they'll take the lead, so will be crucial. Black hat defense for the Bears really wants to stop right here. Keelan Brown at shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 1 on the near side. His H-back and running back lined up to his left. Gets the snap. Now hands it off, coming across the line of scrimmage. That's 19, Chandler Whitfield. And he'll go down right at the line of scrimmage, they'll say. Midfield, 49-yard line.
Not a big guy, but I love his play. If I was playing during this time and age, I would be the same guy like Chandler Whitfield. He catches the ball. He does special teams. I wouldn't be a lineup eye guy. I would have probably looked just like that. He's about 5'9", 175 pounds. Really small guy.
175.
Soaking wet. That's what
Soaking wet. But the field is wet, so maybe he is right now with the helmet and the pads on. But Keelan Brown will be at shotgun. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. Kyle Landry now back at running back. He's to his right. The H-back is to his left. Gets the snap, looks to the quick pass to the near side, and he overthrows number 82, Chris Simmons, looking for the quick hitch right there. Great job coverage right there by Tywan McDowell on the tall Simmons for the Broncos.
Yeah, Patrick Delante, he was underneath that too. He got into that flat, and that's what you have to do to these spread offenses. You have to move your linebackers to these zones to give you some extra coverage. Move them back into zones, move them out to the flats as well.
Yeah, great job right there by 27, Patrick Delate on the under coverage, and then Tywan McDowell on the over coverage right there. So now they'll have a long 3rd and 10 from the 49-yard line, 3:56 to go, second quarter. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Kyle Landry, running back, will be in the backfield to his right. Keelan Brown, of course, will be in shotgun, number 15, 5A state MVP. Gets the snap, looks back. Now he looks down the field. Now he's looking to run, gets away from the receiver, gets away across far side of the field, 40, 35. He's got one man to beat, and he's taken down by the turf monster, falls across the 30 to the 27-yard line. Bears had an opportunity right there to get him and unable to bring down Keelan Brown. Once again, you see the athleticism of the starting quarterback for the Broncos.
Yes, you can't let him get in the open. He can't get in the open like this. Hey, he's pulled that down and started running. That is not scripted. He just started, it broke down, the coverage broke down, and he started running. We can't let him get loose this early. We can't let him get loose. We can't.
Great job of coverage right there by the Bear defense right there. A 28-yard scamper right there. 20-yard scamper right there by Keelan Brown. So they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's in shotgun, gets the snap, looks back to his right. Now he's just going to do a straight QB dive, but he is met at the line of scrimmage by big 92 Connor Finucane on the tackle for the Bears. Brown able to still pick up, we'll say, a strong 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 28.
Yeah, what I saw on film on 1st and 10, they really like to run out that trips and that double set. I really saw them do a lot of that running. So I guess they want to test you out on the run on that 1st and 10. They want to see how you are against that trip set and see what you do.
This is now the 10th play of the drive for the Broncos. They have it 2nd and 9 from the 28-yard line. 2:56 to go in the second quarter. Catholic High leads 13-7 here on the Bruin Broadcast Network. Keelan Brown at shotgun, once again trips to the near side, single set to the far side. Gets the ball, steps back, now looks to his right, has some pressure, rolling out to his right, rolling away. Now he just throws it out of bounds, intended for number 82, Chris Simmons again. Give credit right there to Keelan Brown, not losing the yards and throwing the ball out of bounds.
Good job to the Bears secondary. They really are stepping up. After that first half of that, letting that long play go, them to be able to work with those linebackers and to be able, that's a coverage sack. Them to be able to do that on this play, that was an awesome play. That was a good job by the Bears secondary.
I think one thing the secondary is really doing, you mentioned it, they're watching Keelan Brown. He does not look you off too often.
No.
Which side of the field he looks to, that's where he's going. Then if it busted coverage, he'll get outside. His athleticism will take over. Great job of that Bear defense. Now a big opportunity here for the Bears. 3rd and 9 from the 28, 2:41 to go. Brown's in shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. He'll get the snap, fake the quick toss right, and he'll just go right up the middle, but he's met by that black hat defense. Middle linebacker Landon Richard, Harper Massey in there on the tackle for the Bears. Brown does not get the first down. It'll be 4th and 3, and Catholic High will take a timeout on the field. They'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout here in the booth with 2:35 to go in the second quarter. It's Catholic High 13, Broncos 7 on the Catholic High School Network.
After decades of duplicating, we're going digital, providing our customers with the latest technology and exceptional customer service.
Before, years ago, we just simply used the copy machine to copy, but now we're able to copy and print and scan and email, and that just with one machine. That makes everything easier. Not only do they sell the product and guarantee it, they back it up and they service that product.
Call us now for all of your digital office products. BRDP, experience no one can copy.
Hannity Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannity Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannity Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High football.
And welcome back to Catholic High football live from Memorial Stadium. Catholic High 13, Zachary 7, 2:35 to go. Big play here, 4th and 3 for the Broncos at the 23-yard line. Brown's at shotgun, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Gets the snap, rolls back, he's at his 30, now looks across the middle of the field, and he has the receiver available. That's number 19 again, Chandler Whitfield, and he'll pick up the first down for the Broncos as he crosses the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, just go to the sticks. I'm going to throw it to you. You go to the yard post, I'll throw it to you. That's yard football. That's just like out in your backyard. He just went there and just curled up and threw him the ball.
You know, that's one of those plays kind of you run at the linebacker and then pick a side.
Yes.
And right there, he went inside, linebacker right there. Hayden Shaheen, Harper Massey just not quite able to get in front of him. So the Broncos will have 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, 2:17 to go till halftime. It'll be interesting to see what the Broncos do here. You know, do you run the clock down for the opportunity to only you can score? We know Coach Brewerton super successful so far, and there's a flag from the near side. You know, one thing we didn't mention, we kind of said it, Coach Brewerton, a 92 grad, he's 60 wins and only 9 losses since he's been at Zachary.
A great record. What he's doing is creating a culture. He's creating a culture out there in Zachary of a win culture, of expectations of success.
Yeah, a coach right there, you know, that learned under Coach Weiner as a player, so you kind of learn those Weinerisms of what to do and what not to do. Unfortunately for the Bears right there, they were offsides, so they'll move the Broncos 5 yards closer. So the Broncos will have 1st and 5 from the 9-yard line now. 2:01 to go till halftime. Hands it up off the middle and met immediately. That's a Marucci big hit right there by number 10, Hayden Shaheen. Wow, what a great job right there, getting right at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Landry had nowhere to go. The big Marucci big hit by Hayden Shaheen.
Hey, say it with your chest, man. Bring your chest, bring your feet. Hey, I'll meet you in the hole. Good job by that young man.
Great job by Shaheen right there. So now the Broncos will have 2nd and 5 from the 9-yard line. 1:31 to go. The clock is running down. Keelan Brown's at shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Lone setback is to his left. That's 18, R.J. Allen. Gets the snap. Now Keelan Brown just going to roll to the left side. He makes the undercut and able to get under the Bear defender, Landon Richard. He's able to pick up a few yards, and Gabe Fertitta will run down the field, and he'll call a timeout. And we're just going to stay up here in the booth, Kevin. 1:08 to go. The Bears will take a timeout. You got 3rd and 3 to go till you get a first down. Obviously, you're inside the 10-yard line.
Yes.
What's Brewerton telling that offense right now?
Right now, he's wanting to regroup with them. Hey, guys, I know you're tired, and let's go back at the Bears. He want to regroup right now. This is what he's doing. He's saying this is important, so he needs to talk to this offense and tell them how important this drive is right now. You drove the ball out on the field. It's important that we punch it in right now. That's what we want to tell them.
And Gabe Fertitta right there ran down the field to get the timeout. He knows that if the Broncos do put up an early score here, at least they'll have another minute, maybe, you know, enough time on the clock to put up some points. Only up now 13-7. You know, that missed extra point really going to play a role in this, huh?
Well, again, those special teams, I said it before, kickoffs, field goals, kickoff returns, punt returns, and field position has been important for these Bears.
We really want to thank all the CHS corporate partners: Walk-On's Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon, Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. Thank you to all the CHS corporate partners. And the referee now blowing the whistle, getting the players back onto the field. Let's reset it up for you here. 3rd and 3. They're at the 7-yard line. 1:08 to go in the second quarter. Keelan Brown, the 5A MVP, coming out. He'll have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Near side of the field is the larger side. He'll get the snap. Now they're going to do the toss back, the end around. Look, he's looking to throw it. Bear defender's there. He's at the 10. He's going to cross the 5, and he's met at the goal line. And another Marucci big hit right there. What a great job by 27 for the Bears. Patrick DeLatte coming in and putting a hit on him right there. And look, he's getting up a little limp. You called a Marucci big hit, and you get up with a limp.
That's it, man.
Woo!
DeLatte brought the hat. That's what I call him. DeLatte brought the hat. Good job, big guy. Hey, they try to give a little razzle-dazzle on that one, try to throw the ball to the back of the end zone. Good coverage with the Bears to stretch that play out and to bring the hat on him and not let him get that first down. Good job.
So now they'll have it 1st and goal. They were able to get past the line of scrimmage. So it's 1 minute to go till halftime. Keelan Brown is shotgun. He'll get the direct snap, and he'll hand it up off the middle. That's 18, R.J. Allen pumping his feet, and they're going to say gets into the end zone for the touchdown. That's number 18, R.J. Allen, with the 2-yard touchdown run for the Broncos.
Yeah, R.J., I said it, once they give him the ball, he's going straight ahead. He's not going to do anything else. He's going to go straight ahead. I watched him last week, and they did a lot of running last week as well.
So Allen able to get into the touchdown, and the Bears and the Broncos will now be tied And we'll see now number 99 for the Broncos, Ethan Patrick O'Brien, the senior, on to kick the extra point. 52 seconds to go till halftime. That's number 4 for the Broncos. Jaden Williams will be the holder. Coach Fertitta is running all the way out onto the field to call a timeout and finally gets it. Look at that. Coach Fertitta had to run all the way out of the coach's box, which ends at the 25. He's down on the 14-yard line. They'll take a timeout in the field. We'll take a timeout here in the booth. You're listening to Catholic High Football. Bears are tied with the Broncos, 13-13, 52 seconds to go till halftime.
Coach Hot.
This is Brian Hightower, Catholic High School class of 1997 and the Director of Alumni Relations. The CHS Alumni Association provides opportunities throughout the year for CHS alumni to reconnect with classmates and further their commitment to the mission of Catholic High School and the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. With more than 9,500 alumni worldwide, the association wishes the 2018 Football Bears the best of luck as they defend the state title. For more information on upcoming events, go to catholichigh.org, and remember, it's more than 4, it's a lifetime. Go Bears.
And welcome back to Catholic High Football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Live from Memorial Stadium, Catholic High 13, Broncos 13, as we're awaiting the extra point now to be kicked by the Zachary Broncos. 52 seconds to go till halftime. Coach Fertitta just ran down the field to get the timeout. Really, I think one of the things he was doing there, really telling the guys, hey, this is exactly how you're going to try to block this kick right here. Yeah. Special teams coach Eric held him in the huddle right there, talking about something specifically they must have seen on the first extra point. And that'll be 99, Ethan Patrick O'Brien, on to kick for the Broncos. Here comes the snap, the hold's down, and the Bears not quite able to get there, almost got there, and it's up, and it's good. So with 52 seconds to go till halftime, Zachary takes the lead, 14-13, here on the Bruin Broadcast Network. We'll be right back on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
Hannah's Tea Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannah's Tea Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannah's Tea Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High Football.
And welcome back, folks. Catholic High Football, 52 seconds to go. Zachary takes the lead, 14-13 over the Bears. Scored and drive, Ked, we have one?
Yeah, it was 16 plays, 80 yards. It was 6 minutes and 4 seconds. That's a long drive for the Bears. That's a long drive. That's a long drive for Zachary, to keep the ball.
Yeah. Number 99, Ethan Patrick O'Brien will kick off from the 40. Back to receive for the Bears will be Josh Parker and Braylon Morgan, both standing at about the 7 to 8 yard line. There's the kickoff. Not going to get into the end zone. Braylon Morgan receives it at the 4 yard line. He crossed the 5, crosses the 10, looking for a block, cuts to the inside, across the 25, doing a little move at the 30, breaks away. He's at the 40, 45, crosses midfield, 45, 40, 30. He's taken all the way down to the 24 yard line. Braylon Morgan with the return. Great job, Bears.
Braylon Morgan. Good job, baby. Hey, good job. Make a play on this on special teams. That's what we needed. Make a play on special teams and get us down for 38 seconds. Hey, man, that's a good play. Awesome play for him.
Holy moly, what a return by Braylon Morgan right there. One of Kevin's keys to victory.
Yes. Special teams. And who wins the special team game? Can you stop us, or can you do better than us? Hey, line up and let's play.
Especially when you have a lot of really good athletes on the field. You find those special teams have that opportunity for those big play moments. And right there before halftime, Braylon Morgan, 72-yard return right there for the Bears, and he'll put them in phenomenal position. The Bears are at least in field goal range now as the ball was finally spotted at the 24-yard line. 38 seconds to go, 1st and 10, Catholic High. Here comes Cameron Dartez. He'll be at shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Josh Parker is the running back to his left. Waiting on the snap from Brian Hibbert. There it is. Dartez fakes a little dive. Now he'll look down the field. He's got a receiver across the middle of the field, and that's Edward Francis, and he underthrows him just a bit, unable to get his hands under the throw at the 5 yard line. Incomplete for the Bears.
Yeah, only a couple of seconds ran off that play. I really thought he got underneath it, but hey, let's get to the replay. We don't have replay in high school football.
We'll have it on the Bruin Broadcast and WBTR. It looked like a very close play right there for the Bears. bringing in a new football now. Maybe got a little wet right there down the field. Was a little moisture down there, a little rain earlier in the day. Opportunity missed for the Bears. 31 seconds to go, 2nd and 10, 24-yard line. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side. D'Artez at shotgun. Josh Parker running back to his left. There's the snap. D'Artez now looking down the field, steps up into the pocket, feels a little bit of pressure, rolls to his right, now throws it to the receiver. That's number 17, Greg Martin. He'll make the catch at the 16-yard line. Pickup of 8 for the Bears. They'll have 3rd and 2. Bears going with the hurry up. D'Artez at shotgun, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Josh Parker still the running back. D'Artez gets the snap, rolls to his left, looks down the field, throws it high, and he's got Solomon Singleton right there. Makes the catch at the 11-yard line. He crosses the 10. He's down at the 9. Catholic High Bears are rolling. First down, so they stopped the clock, and the clock was still running. Coach Gabe Fertitta was arguing with the referees, didn't see it. Cameron D'Artez now gets under center. He'll snap and spike the football. And Coach Fertitta knows that we need more clock put back on the Lamar scoreboard right there. The referee is not even listening to him. The official on the far side, they're going to try to talk about it right here. But great job right there by Solomon Singleton to get the catch right there by Cameron D'Artez. And they're going to put the ball now at the 10-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10. We're in the Coca-Cola red zone. 3 seconds to go. And we're going to bring on Matthew Goodson now for the field goal. We need an extra guy out there on the line of scrimmage. Bears do not have a timeout. Cameron D'Artez will be the holder. The ball will be placed at the 18-yard line. 28-yard field goal attempt. Elijah Reams to snap, D'Artez to hold, and Coach Brewerton runs out there for a timeout. He'll call a timeout on the field. We'll stay right here in the booth. Exciting things happening here, Kevin, right before halftime, huh?
Hey, we saw this. We knew this game was going to be big, and we knew it was going to come down to stuff like this, especially the last-second antics by both teams. But Cameron is doing a great job. He's rolling out. He's holding the ball with one hand, fighting the guy off with his left hand, throwing the ball with his right. I expect that to be some of the plays that he makes like that.
I mean, D'Artez really did a nice job right there, feeling the pressure from behind him. You know, you don't really see it as a quarterback, but you just know after that 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, you got to do something with the football or you better move.
Yes.
And he did a great job right there getting out the pocket. You know what I like, too, about that throw? Solomon Singleton, one of our taller receivers, threw it up to where only he could catch the football. Wouldn't get tipped or edged or intercepted by a linebacker right there.
Yes.
So now the officials are talking it over. You know, they're waiting to see maybe if more clock needs put back on the board. I doubt they'll do it if they didn't already do it before the last play in the timeout.
No.
Thanks to the pride of Oakdale, my favorite fake Lebanese Aunt Paula listening in. Thanks, Aunt Paula. So here we go. Goodson will come back out. He's at the 18-yard line. This will be a 28-yard field goal attempt. Elijah Reams is the snapper. Cameron D'Artez, the quarterback, is the holder. Referee is telling D'Artez something about his uniform. Waiting for the play to be called. There it is. Whistle's blown. Matthew Goodson will start at the 20-yard line. A lot of noise coming from the Zachary sideline. There's the snap, the hold. Kick is up. It's got the distance. And it's straight enough. So Matthew Goodson with the 28-yard field goal right there will take the Bears with the lead into halftime. Our halftime score, Catholic High 16, Zachary 14. You're listening live to Catholic High football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
At Morrow Physical Therapy, we understand the importance of keeping you in the game, in athletics and in life. That is why we offer convenient appointment times and excellent therapists in all 10 of our locations in and around the greater Baton Rouge area. As a proud corporate partner of Catholic High School, we're excited to be a part of the Bears' success throughout the years and into the years to come. For more information on the services offered, visit www.morrowpt.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Morrow Physical Therapy.
Starting my own business was the hardest thing I've ever done, and the smartest. Building a team, managing cash flow, and creating digital channels is complicated. But my Mid-South Bank business banker has financial tools I've never even seen at other banks, and the time to help me use them. Being successful in business today is complicated. Choosing the right bank isn't. Uncomplicate your business banking at Mid-South Bank. Member FDIC.
Bolton's Health Mart Drugstore is a proud sponsor of this year's Catholic High Grizzly Bears football team. Bolton's, like Catholic High, is a part of Baton Rouge's history and has long been one of our city's neighborhood pharmacies. The next time you need a unique gift idea or for any medical prescription need, think of Bolton's Health Mart Pharmacy, 2958 Perkins Road. For delivery in South Baton Rouge area, call us 343-4869, 343-4869. Bolton's Health Mart, peace of mind today and into next century.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Canes for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raisin Canes chicken fingers, one love.
This is Brian Hightower, Catholic High School class of 1997 and the Director of Alumni Relations. The CHS Alumni Association provides opportunities throughout the year for CHS alumni to reconnect with classmates and further their commitment to the mission of Catholic High School and the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. With more than 9,500 alumni worldwide, the association wishes the 2018 Football Bears the best of luck as they defend the state title. For more information on upcoming events, go to catholichigh.org, and remember, it's more than 4, it's a lifetime. Go Bears.
Catholic High football, a tradition. The Fourier Insurance Agency knows about traditions, as the Fourier Insurance Agency has been serving the insurance needs of Baton Rouge since 1946. The Fourier Agency can use the experience to give you the right amount of insurance tailored to your specific needs. For your home, auto, boat, or for your commercial insurance requirements, including general liability, property, and workers' compensation. The Fourier Insurance Agency uses the most respected and stable companies in the world to protect your future and your tradition. And go Bears!
At Spine and Sports Injury and Rehab Centers, we are a multidisciplinary practice providing comprehensive treatment plans for all your injury needs. Whether sports, auto, or work-related injuries, we at Spine and Sports care for anything from minor spine and extremity injuries to severe herniated or bulging discs and spine and extremity injuries. Dr. Shay Corbin is a certified chiropractic sports physician and offers non-surgical options for all your injury needs. Visit www.docshay.com.
Hannity Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannity Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannity Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High football.
And welcome back, folks, to Catholic High School. Here with the first half recap and our stats, the Grizzly Greats, David Butler, and the original Mr. Football Friday Night, Kevin Franklin.
Thank you, Dixon. Zachary scored on their first possession. It only took 2 plays. It was a 78-yard drive, 15 seconds. It was Chandler Whitfield, a 78-yard pass from Keelan Bryan. Ethan O'Brien added the point after, and Zachary led 7-0. Catholic scored with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. It was Joshua Parker, a 3-yard run. Matthew Goodson's PAT was blocked, and it was 7-6 in favor of Zachary. In the second quarter, Catholic took the lead with 6:56 to go in the half. Cameron Dartez, a 1-yard run. Matthew Goodson, the point after. That was a 5-play, 18-yard drive. Zachary took the lead 14-13 with only 52 seconds to go in the half. R.J. Allen, a 2-yard run. Ethan O'Brien, the point after. That was a 16-play drive, 80 yards, 6:04 on the possession, and it was 14-13 in favor of Zachary. Then as time expired, Matthew Goodson hit a 28-yard field goal, giving Catholic a 16-14 halftime lead.
And now Kevin with our first half stats.
Thank you, Dixon. Zachary has 14, Catholic High has 16. What stands out to me is how equal this battle is today. Catholic has 17 rushes for 51 yards. Zachary has 16 rushes for 60 yards. The yards passing goes to Zachary with 121 yards. Catholic only has 61. Also, the total plays and the total yards, Catholic has 27, Zachary has 27. The yards, though, goes to Zachary, 172. And Catholic has 129. Now here is one of the things, with their big kickoff return, Catholic has 3 kickoff returns for 123 yards. Also the time of possession. Zachary has 11 minutes of possession. Catholic has 13 minutes of possession. As you know, Keelan Brown, it goes through him. He has 9 rushes for 42 yards, the longest of a 20-yard scamper. Keelan Brown has 5 for 10 for 121 yards with 1 touchdown. Also, the Bears, Cameron Dartez is leading the Bears with 5 rushes for 28 yards, 1 touchdown, and the longest for 11 yards. He also went for 9 for 11 for 61 yards with no touchdowns. Also, Gregory Martin is leading the Bears with 3 catches for 32 yards. And Braylon Morgan is leading the Bears with kickoff returns with that big kickoff return for one kickoff for 72 yards.
Thank you to Mr. Butler and Kevin Franklin. We'll be right back here on the Raising Cane's halftime show. You're listening to Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
Hannah's Tea Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannah's Tea Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannah's Tea Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High Football.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty who have contributed, the Fund for Catholic High School is essential to ensuring continued excellence for our students as they learn, grow, and discover their true potential for success in life. So give today to the Fund for Catholic High School by logging on to CatholicHigh.org and be a part of what's defining the difference at CHS. And go Bears!
And welcome back, folks, to the Raising Cane's halftime show. Dix McMakin joined by the Grizzly great, the original Mr. Football Friday Night, Kevin Franklin, my main man. Catholic High is up on the Broncos right now. Kevin, you had 3 keys to victory tonight. Special teams, stopping the big play, and then the defense. How do you think the 2 teams are doing so far?
I think it was equal. I think they both done a good job, but the big plays has to go to Zachary. That Whitfield guy, he's doing a great job. He has 4 catches for 100 yards. You can't beat that. He in that big play down the field.
Yeah, great job by Whitfield in that big play, and also the quarterback. We've talked about him the whole time. You know, the MVP of the 5A state championship game, Keelan Brown. You know, what really impressed me about him was the Bear defense, the secondary, does a great job of covering. Then once he's able to get outside the pocket, watch out.
Yes, he's just making plays with his legs. He's not making plays on you down the field. And that's what you want. You don't want him throwing the ball and going out the pocket and throwing the ball.
Yeah, great job by Cameron Dartez, our quarterback. You know, last year in this game, threw for over 100 yards, ran for over 100 yards. That dive package with Cameron Dartez up the middle, almost unstoppable.
Yes, it's that 14 or 15 dive or so. You spread everybody out and let him get in front and get behind those big guys, Bankston and Alexander. Let him get behind those guys. You're going to get about 5 or 6 yards behind those big linemen.
Yeah, and a great job, too, by Brian Hibbard, the center for the Bears. You see every play, kind of, folks. If you're watching us on Bruin Broadcast or WBTR, he'll have his hand on the football, then he'll kind of look back at the sideline, look at Dartez to get another signal maybe from the coach or anything. Yes. You know, you call Dartez the general out there.
The general.
I don't know, Hibbard might be co-general?
Yeah, he's a sergeant. He controls that thing. He controls everything that goes on. Also, too, he's so athletic. I've watched film on him. He does it all. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, but we don't ask him to catch the ball. But he can do everything, but he does everything for that offensive line.
Yeah, great job so far. And don't forget, folks, in the first half, Zachary won the toss and they deferred, so Catholic High got the football. So now when we come back to second half action, we'll see Zachary's offense leading them off. What do you think that Bear defense now is preparing themselves for as the Zachary offense will lead us off in the second half?
I think they need to stay true to your reads. Play gap defense. Do not get outside your gap. Play your gaps and also the secondary and the linebacker. Just keep doing what you're doing because you're not bad. Stop the big play. Do not let them get a big play in the second half, and I think the Bears can have a chance.
Yeah, the second play of the game, 78-yard touchdown pass.
Yes.
Let's try to avoid one of those at all costs if we can. You're watching us, folks, right now on the Raising Cane's halftime show. We want to thank all the Catholic High School corporate partners: Walk-On's Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. Stick with us right here on 104.5 Bruin Broadcast and WBTR. We're going to be right back with our halftime guest, class of 1992, head wrestling coach for the Catholic High School Bears, classmate and teammate of David Brewerton, the one, the only Tommy Prohaska. So get ready, folks. It's going to be a phenomenal interview we have coming up next. Stay tuned. You're listening on 104.5 ESPN, watching on the BruinBroadcast.com and WBTR.
Guess what? Our younger daughter Emily wants piano lessons. And a piano. That was a surprise. Our oldest daughter Jenna wants to have her wedding here at home. That was a surprise. Good thing I have a home equity line of credit at Mid-South Bank. And good thing I have Mid-South Bank's mobile banking app to pay my bills and check my balance on the go, because I am going to be busy. If your family's like my family, you'll love Mid-South Bank. Great service, no surprises. Mid-South Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At the Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge, we treat the athlete inside all of us. Whether it's an injury from a game-breaking play or a fall in the driveway, we're ready to treat all of your aches and breaks. With locations in Baton Rouge, Prairieville, and Walker, our 17 orthopedic specialists share a common goal: to keep you moving. Orthopedic specialists are on hand Fridays from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at our Prairieville location. Find us online at bjcbr.com. The Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge. Move more, hurt less.
Calandro's Supermarket is proudly celebrating 77 years in business with the best service, quality, and selection in Baton Rouge since 1941. And in those 77 years, 2 generations of Calandro men have graduated as proud CHS Bear alums, and we'll all tell you that we owe our success to the wonderful education we received at Catholic High. So whether it's at one of our 2 local grocery stores or at the CHS football games, we'd love to see you and join you in cheering. Go Bears!
And welcome back, folks. 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. We're at the Raising Cane's halftime show, joined by our special guest, class of 1992, Coach Tommy Prohaska. Coach,
how you doing,
glad to have you in the booth.
Appreciate it.
So, Coach, one thing everybody knows that is affiliated with Catholic High. We know you've been the wrestling coach now for numerous years, but tell the folks that don't quite know who you are. Graduate Catholic High in 92, then what was the career path now to get you
Hey, Bear fans, the CHS.
Yeah, I'm a graduate of 1992
Hey, Bear fans.
with Coach Kelly, our athletic director, along with some other guys. Pat Delaney was on staff, and those guys as well. Went to LSU, was going to be an engineer, take over Dad's company, realized it wasn't for me. But at the time I was coaching as an assistant coach when I came back. In the 1997, I was given the head job and then started teaching in 2000. So this is 21 years as head coach, 26 total coaching, which means I'm old. But everybody tells me that, so it's okay.
But you don't look old and you don't act old. That's why we all love you. I'm a self-proclaimed former student, phenomenal class, business dollars and cents. All my class of 05. Matthew Martinez is out there somewhere listening in and smiling. So you've been at the helm now 26 years.
Yep.
Brag on yourself a little bit. How many district championships, how many city championships, and how many state title individuals and everything?
I really couldn't tell you the exact number. I want to say it's 20 city championships, 2 state championships in 2008 and 2010. Then we were runner-up in 2012. We've been fortunate enough to have some pretty good guys come through. This year we're expecting a big team. We bring back about 45 kids without any of the freshman football players and that kind of stuff. So, it should be a good year for us.
And a lot of folks that maybe haven't been back to the school in a while, they'll know the wrestling team now has an entire wrestling, I'm going to call it facility, at the Ryan Jumonville Center, class of 91. What has that meant for the program now? Y'all have actually had your own space. When I was in school, I remember wrestler mats were in the gym. We had to kind of share space, pick them up. Now you got that space that's kind of all yours year-round.
Yeah, it has helped tremendously have our own space, kind of prominent space, too, when you walk up the flight of stairs from the plaza into the Jumonville Center. And so that gives us, people be able to see us. We're not in a dungeon anymore. I think it helps. If we can be seen, it's important, because, again, most of our guys come in without wrestling experience. I would say 90% of our guys probably don't have any experience whatsoever. And so for me as a coach, it's so awesome to see those guys be successful. The guys that have never wrestled before, and then they come in and win a state title or a city championship, it's something that we did as a group. And that's one of the things about Catholic High Athletics, it's family. I know Coach Bass preaches that in baseball and everybody else, and it's true. To see the success of a classmate or a friend and that kind of stuff is tremendous.
Yeah, and one thing that I really love, I think that all the coaches now at Catholic High do, the multi-sport athlete. We talk about them all the time. Our center, Brian Hibbert, is on the wrestling team, and you, the baseball team, the football team, all the multi-sport athletes you have now. Do you have any others you want to talk about?
Yeah, Christian Menino, one of our defensive linemen, should be our starting heavyweight. And then we got a couple of guys who are junior varsity players that should make some noise for us on the wrestling team as well. And now I'm to the point where I'm coaching some of my friends' kids, so it does make me old, but it also is fun at the same time.
One thing, you mentioned the word heavyweight. Hidalgo was my heavyweight. What is, for the folks that don't know a lot about wrestling, define heavyweight for them, kind of the levels of wrestling.
Right. Wrestling's 14 weight classes, and heavyweight is anything over 220 pounds, the maximum 285 pounds. So it's a real big gap. And so we've had some really good ones, the Hidalgos, that kind of stuff before. Coach Brewerton and Zachary was my classmate and state champion, city champ. One of the best people you can be around. So it's fun to see him be successful on the other side, as long as it's not against us.
Yeah, so let's talk now. Your classmate, teammate, Coach David Brewerton, class of '92. One thing I've really enjoyed now, we have Coach Brewerton at Zachary, Chad Mahaffey's at U-High. We have a couple other coaches around really the country that are Catholic High grads. Talk about that classmate dynamic you have with them. You want them to be successful. Right. Obviously not tonight.
Right.
Of course, we were all in the Dome last year cheering for them. What's that like to see your classmate have such great success?
It's just great because it is, like we always talk about, it's more than four, and it truly is. Except when you're playing each other. It's fun before kickoff, that kind of stuff, or before a wrestling match. But there's nothing else better to see basically a brother being successful, and he does an outstanding job no matter where he is. When he was at Livonia or an assistant, when he was at Redemptorist or Jesuit. So it's impressive to see him grow as a person and a coach.
And how about two of the other assistants on the other sideline tonight? Jerry Garridell and Chris Carrier coached with you, taught with you for many, many years. I mean, we can't do too many, but maybe just a story, if you got one, that is appropriate for our audience. FEC Now approval on WBTR.
Well, what's funny is you're always going to get the same thing from both those guys. I'm standing on the sidelines, and I hear the whistle, and I know it's Coach Carrier's. And I hear the whistle, I know it's Coach Garridell's, and I know exactly what they're telling their players and stuff. And so it's fun, and seeing it before the game, that kind of stuff, it's just great.
Coach, we're really excited to have you up here tonight. Thanks for joining us for our halftime show. Anything else for our listeners and watchers?
Look out for us on BBM. We're trying to get some matches on there. We host the Catholic High Duels December 1st. And then we have a JV tournament. We also have the Louisiana Classic out at Lamar Dixon. They're a great supporter of high school athletics out there at Lamar Dixon. And so we'll be hosting the city championship at the end of January as well at school. So getting ready to get with it. We start October. First match is in November. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, go to www.catholichigh.org. Athletics, they'll have an entire wrestling section. See the schedule, see all the players. Obviously, Coach's email's up there if you want to ask him anything or see anything. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Honored to have you in the booth. You've been listening and watching to the Raising Cane's halftime show here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey Bear fans, the CHS bookstore is geared up and ready for the 2018 football season. Arrive at the game in style this season. Come to the bookstore and check out all the latest apparel and fan gear and pack the stands in orange and black. Football tickets can be purchased right here for every game. Show your pride, Bears. Shop in the bookstore school days, Monday through Friday from 7:30 until 3:30. Go Bears!
After decades of duplicating, we're going digital, providing our customers with the latest technology and exceptional customer service.
Before, years ago, we just simply used the copy machine to copy, but now we're able to copy and print and scan and email, and that just with one machine. That makes everything easier. Not only do they sell the product and guarantee it, they back it up and they service that product.
Call us now for all of your digital office products. BRDP, experience no one can copy.
Doe's Eat Place in Mid-City Baton Rouge is your family-friendly neighborhood steakhouse right around the corner from Catholic High. Just like the Bears, Doe's is all in on their commitment to a winning team. They hand-cut their steaks daily with beef loins that are aged at least 21 days. So head to Doe's before or after the game and help them keep the winning tradition. Doe's Eat Place, located at 3723 Government Street, or call 387-5331 or visit doesbatonrouge.com.
Football and investing have something in common. The stronger the team, the stronger the results. Let the team at Altus Wealth Management of Jesse Daigle, Mickey Guidry, Ronnie Brown, Brad Ewing, Wally McMakin, Jeremy Perk, John Reeder, and John Stewart be on your side for all of your investment needs. From IRA to 401k, Altus Wealth is the team for you. Call them today, 225-201-9300, or visit altuswealthmgt.com.
At Moro Physical Therapy, we understand the importance of keeping you in the game, in athletics, and in life. That is why we offer convenient appointment times and excellent therapists in all 10 of our locations in and around the greater Baton Rouge area. As a proud corporate partner of Catholic High School, we're excited to be a part of the Bears' success throughout the years and into the years to come. For more information on the services offered, visit www.moropt.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Moro Physical Therapy.
Guess what? Our younger daughter Emily wants piano lessons. And a piano. That was a surprise. Our oldest daughter Jenna wants to have her wedding here at home. That was a surprise. Good thing I have a home equity line of credit at Mid-South Bank. And good thing I have Mid-South Bank's mobile banking app to pay balance on the go, because I am going to be busy. If your family's like my family, you'll love Mid-South Bank. Great service, no surprises. Mid-South Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Spine and Sports Injury and Rehab Centers, we are a multidisciplinary practice providing comprehensive treatment plans for all your injury needs. Whether sports, auto, or work-related injuries, we at Spine and Sports care for anything from minor spine and extremity injuries to severe herniated or bulging discs and spine and extremity injuries. Dr. Shay Corbin is a certified chiropractic sports physician and offers non-surgical options for all your injury needs. Visit www.docshay.com.
Bolton's Health Mart Drugstore is proud sponsor of this year's Catholic High Grizzly Bears football team. Bolton's, like Catholic High, is a part of Baton Rouge's history and has long been one of our city's neighborhood pharmacies. The next time you need a unique gift idea or for any medical prescription need, think of Bolton's Health Mart Pharmacy, 2958 Perkins Road. For delivery in South Baton Rouge area, call us 343-4869, 343-4869. Bolton's Health Mart, peace of mind today and into next century.
Now you can shop online with Marucci Sports this school year. Marucci is committed to outfitting Bear fans with the highest quality products by now offering its premier line of fan apparel for all of our CHS athletic teams online. Log on maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter CHS Bears in all caps in the sales code to view this year's entire line of fan gear. That's maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter
1045 WNXX Jackson, 1049 KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, folks, for Catholic High football here on 104.5 ESPN, Bruin Broadcast, and WBTR. Dixon Walsh-McMakin, voice of the Bears, joined by the greats, the Grizzly greats, David Butler, and the original Mr. Football Friday Night, Kevin Franklin. And boy, do we have a great matchup for y'all tonight so far through the first half. Catholic High is leading 16-14 with a last-second field goal to take us into halftime with the lead. Kevin, what do you think is going to happen here in the second half?
I think the Bears have to control the ball. If they control the line of scrimmage and also control the penalties, because it's going to go down to mistakes. If the Bears make the less mistakes, they're going to win tonight, because I really think the Bears have a great team tonight. The Broncos are doing well, too, but if you stop a couple of their guys, you can stop them.
It's just one thing that's amazing to me. The past 3 years, each one of these schools has had 2 state championships.
Yes.
I mean, unbelievable for just programs that are 20 miles away?
Yes, me and Ms. Butler was saying they're very similar. They're very similar teams for a championship, culture, expectations, even quarterbacks. They're similar. You're talking about very similar teams and very similar guys and very similar ideals for philosophies for football teams.
Zachary won the toss in the first half, and they deferred, so they will be receiving the football, and we'll have Keelan Brown, the quarterback, coming out in that black hat defense of the Bears trying to stop them. I mean, really, if you take away the second play of the ball game, total yards for Zachary in the first half was 172 yards. You know, you take away that long one that he had of 78 yards, you know, the Bears held him under 100, really, kind of, if you do some weird accounting math right there.
Yes.
But still, that one big play, you know.
One big play, remove that from his stats as well. So if we do both, let's be balanced and remove him as well at 78. He only has, you do the math, he only has, 50-some yards, 60-some yards or so passing.
Yeah, so if the Bears can once again stop a big play here in the second half, great opportunity to them to get the victory, as it's the 5A defending state champs versus the Division I state champs, Catholic High football versus Zachary. What a great game. Great atmosphere here at Memorial Stadium. We had to move the game because too many people were packed into Olympia. Next week when we play U High, going to do the same thing, just expecting just a super large crowd. And here comes Matthew Goodson to kick off for the Bears. Kicking off from the 40. He'll kick it back deep. trying to keep it out of the end zone. He's unable to do it. That was number 17, Sean Burrell. Great job by Matthew Goodson once again to not give the returners for the Broncos an opportunity to return the football. So they'll start now at the 20-yard line, and Keelan Brown, the quarterback, last year in this game, he was 13 for 19, 68%, 1 interception and 1 touchdown. So far tonight, he's 5 of 10 with an interception, 121 yards and 1 touchdown. Of course, that long 78 completion that he had to Whitfield. So here comes Keelan Brown. He'll start in shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Thank you to all of our listeners listening in around the city, around the state, and around the country. He goes for the fake dive, and he'll keep it around the left side. He gets around the 20, and what a great job right there by number 2, Harper Massey, to meet him. But he's still on his feet. The Bears unable to bring him down. And look at Keelan Brown keeping his legs churning, and he was stopped for a gain of 1, but he got all the way out to the 26-yard line, gain of 6 right there for the quarterback.
Yes, you can't let Keelan Brown get going. That's a good job by Massey. Massey's one of those guys replacing those linebackers from last year, and we expect him to do a lot. Him and Landon Richard. They do a great job at linebacker for us.
So the Bears had an opportunity there to stop him close, but he was able to get some yards. That just shows you the athleticism right there, the quarterback that you're competing against.
Yes.
When he arguably top 4 players on the field, just athletes on the field, so great job for the Bears to get to him early. Just need to bring him down here the next time. So we have 2nd and 4, 26-yard line, 11-14 to go in the third quarter. Brown once again is in shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And the Bears now get the receiver to jump off sides. And actually right there they brought in the backup quarterback. That was number 4, Jaden Williams was in the backfield looking for the play. And a false start for the Broncos. Keelan Brown's helmet came off on the previous play, so he had to come out of the game. So here he comes back into the ball game. So he picked up 6, but now they go back 5. And now Coach Fertitta is arguing that the play never happened, so Brown can technically not come back into the ball game. And that's what they're going to do. So they're going to kick him back out because his helmet came off. So number 4, Jaden Williams, the backup quarterback, normally lines up as a wide receiver slot man. He will come back into the game. Great job down there by Coach Gabe Fertitta, Coach Held, Coach Harrison, all of them down there arguing about that one right there. Yes. Coach Fuller.
He's been on the refs all night, man. He's been giving them the business. I call that the business. He's been giving them the business.
If we had a booth camera, my face just went shocked on that one. Okay. We're going to try to avoid any of the business tonight. Okay, so here comes the quarterback. Here's the Wildcat, gets the direct snap. He'll go around the left side, and he fumbles the football. Ball on the ground. And it's still on the ground. We got a rumble down there. And they're going to say the Broncos got it. And that was a backup quarterback right there. Hadn't been in the game, hadn't touched the ball. First opportunity, gets hit on the far sideline, most likely by our defensive back over there. Jalen Armwood probably got in on that one. Recovered by the lineman. So now Keelan Brown will come back into the game. So now they will have 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line.
Yes, you see again that those trips, they're heavy run in this formation. Either it's probably going to be the run to the quarterback or something like that. That's what I saw on film. These trips and doubles are something that they do out of run.
So now they're going to call it a true 3rd and 10. They're back at the 20. Brown at shotgun, 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. He rolls to his right, rolls to the near side, now cuts under. There he goes. He has an opportunity. Crosses 30, 35, still on his feet and taken down finally by number 3, Evan Venable. There he was. Keelan Brown gets out of the pocket and picks up a first down for the Broncos.
Yes. Him on the edge scares me because he can tuck that ball and run it. But again, a coverage sack by the secondary. The secondary is doing an absolutely wonderful job tonight.
One thing we'll kind of notice later in the season as Keelan Brown picks up 15 on the play is if the Bears play a quarterback that's not as mobile, they're doing a great job of down the field secondary staying on the receiver. So Brown now is in shotgun. He'll have 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Running back is to his right. They'll give it to him up the middle. That's number 18, R.J. Allen. He'll get across the 40 and taken down there by number 2, Harper Massey. So we'll have a pickup of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Bears.
Yeah, a little trap play up the middle. Get up in there real quick, get a couple of yards. That's what he did.
2nd and 3 for the Bears. 9:14 to go in the second quarter. Brown at shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They're looking to the near sideline. They're going left to right on your radio dial in the car. Zachary is in their white helmet, white uniforms, teal stripes. Catholic High, of course, in all black, orange trim. There's the snap. Hands it up the middle, and he's taken down immediately right there by number 65, Christian Menino on the tackle. He brings down number 18, R.J. Allen, for a gain of nothing. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Broncos at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, good job there.
Haven't called his name too much tonight, Christian Menino. Really, you hear a lot about Connor Fanuc and Elijah Reams, but he's a large boy, a wrestler like Coach Prohaska just talked about, and takes up a lot of space down there. Big 3rd down play right here for the Broncos and the Bears. 8:23 to go in the second quarter. Keelan Brown at quarterback.
4 for 6, 3rd down. Gotcha.
2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. There's the snap. He fakes the twist toss, and he goes up the middle in the dive, and he's able to get through the line of scrimmage and get the first down all the way out to the 48-yard line. Bears just unable to wrap him up right there.
Yeah, if they wrap him up right there, we got another play. But again, the Broncos are really trying to control this ball and trying to control the line of scrimmage. Getting 5 or 10 yards here, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards a pop. They're really trying to control the ball for the Bears, against the Bears right now.
So they'll have 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Haven't quite crossed midfield yet. Looking to the sideline now to get the play. They'll have 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, H-back to the right, running back also to the right of Keelan Brown, who's in shotgun. I think he's been in shotgun 95% of the time so far tonight. There's the snap, fakes the dive. Now he's looking down the field, getting some pressure and coming off the edge. 27, and they'll give him the tackle. 27, Patrick Delatte had him wrapped up, spun him around, but he went down. So give the sack to Patrick Delatte. Great job by the outside linebacker for the Bears.
I've been waiting on the Bears to get a lot of sacks. I think that was something that left out last year, their stats. They had a lot of tackles for losses last year, but not a lot of sacks. So I think the defense is kind of is good when you can get penetration and get sacks. That's awesome.
Loss of 3 on the play right there for the Broncos. So they'll have 2nd and 13 from the 45-yard line. Great job on that blitz right there. Patrick Delatte getting in there. We've caught all the linebackers tonight. Hayden Shaheen, Landon Richard, all doing a phenomenal job for the Bears. Spreading them out now. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 to the near side. Brown at shotgun, walks up to the line of scrimmage, calls a little play, maybe an audible. Receivers to his right. Hands off the dive to the left side. That's R.J. Allen. He'll cross the 45. A fumble. Ball's on the ground. And the Bears unable once again to get it. 2nd fumble now we've seen on this possession for the Broncos. Number 1, Chris Hilton was the wide receiver for the Broncos, able to jump on it after they pick up 3 yards. They'll be back at the line of scrimmage. So they'll have 3rd and 10 from the 48-yard line. 6:48 to go in the second quarter.
Opportunities. That's an opportunity for us to get the ball back. Hey, don't look to run the ball. Pick it up and fall on it. That's what our old coach used to tell us back in the day. Just fall on the ball, brother. Don't try to advance it. Just fall on it. Lynn Johnson was great at that.
Lynn Johnson, who just texted in, tell Kevin Cat Daddy Franklin what's up, baby. Good to have old Lynn Johnson listening in for us. So Lynn would love this play. Pin back his ears. 3rd and 10. There's the snap. Looking down the field, has the receiver, and he underthrew him. Did he make the catch? They're going to say he caught it. That's 82. Chris Simmons on the catch, but he will be short of the first down. Makes the catch at the 44. So he'll have 2 yards to go till he gets the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 at the 44. Tough call here for Coach Bruin. If they don't pick it up, Bears will have phenomenal field position as the Broncos have now crossed midfield and they are in Catholic High territory. And with that, we will have a water timeout on the field. So with 5:59 to go in the second quarter, it's Catholic High 16, the Broncos 14. You're listening to Catholic High School on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
At Morrow Physical Therapy, we understand the importance of keeping you in the game, in athletics, and in life. That is why we offer convenient appointment times and excellent therapists in all 10 of our locations in and around the greater Baton Rouge area. As a proud corporate partner of Catholic High School, we're excited to be a part of the Bears' success throughout the years and into the years to come. For more information on the services offered, visit www.morrowpt.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Morrow Physical Therapy.
At the Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge, we treat the athlete inside all of us. Whether it's an injury from a game-breaking play or a fall in the driveway, we're ready to treat all of your aches and breaks. With locations in Baton Rouge, Prairieville, and Walker, our 17 orthopedic specialists share a common goal: to keep you moving. Orthopedic specialists are on hand Fridays from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at our Prairieville location. Find us online at bjcbr.com. The Bone and Joint Clinic of Baton Rouge. Move more, hurt less.
welcome back to Catholic High football. The Broncos are going for it here on 4th down. 4th and 2. They're 1-1 so far tonight on 4th down. 44-yard line, 4th and 2. 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near side. Keelan Brown at shotgun. And there's the snap. And he will give the dive around the right side. He's got space across 40. That's 29. Kyle Landry with plenty of room as he rumbles all the way down to the 33-yard line. Bears really probably expecting Keelan Brown to keep the football right there. Instead, they give it to Kyle Landry. Pick up a big yards for the Broncos.
Yeah, way to go with the bruiser for that one. That was you can't blame him for that one. Go with the bruiser for that one. We're working on an 11-play drive right here. The Bears need some inspiration. We need to get them off the field. You start going into 10 more drives, no plays. The defense start getting a little tired.
And the Zachary Broncos are on quite the drive right now. They've got it all the way down to the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 38 with 5:21 to go. 33-yard line. There we go. 33-yard line, 1st and 10. 5:14 to go. Keelan Brown shotgun again. He'll give the handoff up the middle. That's Kyle Landry, and there's the Bear defense able to stop him this time for a gain of nothing on the play. 34, Landon Richard. Christian Menino, 65 in there. That's a nice job of that black-haired defense to bring him down.
Yeah, black-haired defense right there. Fanukin in there. Menino. I like Menino because he has a motor. He doesn't give up. He goes to the play ends, and he goes right. He has a nose for the ball. I really like watching him on film. I really do.
The officials now bringing in a new football right here instead of keeping the one that they had in there. You know, the field is a little wet right there. You can see why they'd want to do that. You know, you got to be thinking here. You bring in a new football like that, you're going to throw it? You know, that's what I would think, right? You bring in a new football, you want to dry one. Do they go for the throw here, or do they keep it on the ground? We'll find out. The Broncos have had the ball now over 7 minutes. Brown's at shotgun, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. There's the snap. He does drop back, looking down the field. Has 82 down there, and he will make the catch at the end zone. Touchdown for the Broncos. That's Chris Simmons with the 33-yard touchdown pass from Keelan Brown. Brown to Simmons, and the Broncos take the lead 20-16.
I saw it on the release. I can say they went all verticals. They went verticals up the seam. They had a vertical all go. That's what a spread offense does, and they had a mismatch at that position, and they were able to make the score on that one. I saw it from the inception that they were probably going to complete that one. Nobody was on him.
And now, interesting, Coach Brewerton will be going for 2 here on the play as they're up 20-16. So he knows that Catholic High field goal that we got at the end of the game. Now it's kind of a points game, and what do you want to do? So they'll go for 2 here. Keelan Brown will be at quarterback. He'll have kind of a tight formation, 1 receiver to each side. 29, Kyle Landry's the running back to his right. He'll get the snap. He'll roll to his right. Now he's looking back. He's looking for the tight end on the backside, and he overthrows him. Intended for number 85, Jadarian Davis, incomplete. So after the touchdown and the incomplete pass, the Zachary Broncos have the lead with 4:27 to go in the third quarter. It's Zachary 20, Catholic High 16. You're listening to Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
We have a new player on the field, and he's ready for kickoff with a delicious Coca-Cola. The kick. Ice giving him a little trouble as a few cubes shake loose. He's probably going to pour it here. He does. The liquid cuts through an opening. That Coca-Cola's looking pretty good. Can he go all the way? He's going for it. He did it! And just listen to that fizz! Thousands of bubbles jumping in excitement. That might have been the most refreshing thing that I've ever seen. Coca-Cola. Taste the feel.
And welcome back, folks, to Memorial Stadium for Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and live on WBTR. Zachary gets on the board in the second half. Keelan Brown, 33-yard touchdown pass to Chris Simmons. They do not convert the 2-point conversion, so Zachary leads 20-16 with 4:27 to go in the third quarter. Kicker Ethan Patrick O'Brien will kick off from the 40, back to receive for the Bears. Josh Parker and Braylon Morgan. Braylon standing at the 5-yard line, Josh standing at the 7. Here comes the kick, short kick. He'll kick it to the far right side, and it will go out of bounds. So the Bears will get the football to go out of bounds. They'll take it now at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think their strong point is kick return and kick and punts. And I think Zachary knows if I kick it to that guy's deep, he's probably going to return it again on me.
Yeah, especially since Braylon Morgan had a 72-yard return there to close out the first half. So the Bears love the opportunity here to start the second half, their first possession of the second half at the 35-yard line. See where they put the football midfield or maybe on a hash, you know. I remember Coach Weiner always did that a lot. He'd want the ball on a certain hash, you know, spread the field to one side or the other. usually just like this. Far side would be to the Bears, and that would be the wide side as well. Yep. So here comes Cameron Dartez in the second half. He'll have 21. Jake Outlaw, the running back, to his right. One receiver to the near side, that's Solomon. Two receivers to the far side. Hubix, the H-back, lined up to the left. And we have a flag on the near side. Looks like it's going to be a sideline warning against Zachary. Coach Brewerton was right behind him. Don't know if he touched him or if a player touched him. Somebody did, but sideline warning. You get a warning, and then it's a penalty after that.
Yes.
So we're still 1st and 10 from the 35, 4:27 to go, third quarter. Dartez at shotgun, same formation, to the far side, one to the near side. There's the snap from Hibbard. Now he's going to roll the quick option. He's going to fake it, going to look back to the left side. Got the screen pass to Hubix, looking for a blocker out in front of him, and he gets up to the 39-yard line, a gain of 4 for the big tight end.
Yeah, you get those big guys out there in coverage. It's hard for them to hold on to that little bit of guy. So it's hard for them to keep hold to that little bit of guy because he slips off him. And you saw the guy from Zachary slipped off and was able to make the tackle.
Yeah, great job right there by Sean Burrell, the cornerback, number 17. He was able to get through the two linemen right there. I told you, if he doesn't split that block, Hubix could have gone for a lot of yards on that one. Dartez now at shotgun to the far side, tight formation to the left. 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Trey Benson comes in motion, gets the handoff, trying to get around the outside. He's met at the 40 and up, flipped over the 40. He'll get to the 41-yard line, gain of 2. It'll be Catholic High 3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, what about the poise of this young man to be so young, to be able to be out there that young playing for the Bears and be able to making plays, man? I'd really love to see that.
True freshman out there for the Bears. Wanted to come out. Now they'll keep him in. Josh Parker comes out. Hubix will stay in. So the Bears will have the trips to the far side formation with the stack with Trey Benson. Dartez at shotgun. Hubix the H-back. He'll be lined up to the right side. Dartez a little bit deeper than normal right here. He's got a 6-yard set right here. Usually don't see him that far back. Waiting on the snap. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gets the snap. There's just the QB dive up the middle, and Dartez has the first down across the 45, 46, all the way down to the 47-yard line. Great job by Cameron Dartez right there. Huge pickup for the Bears.
Good job. Spread them out and do that 14-15 quarterback dive, quarterback keep. Hey, that's a great play. He's our leading rusher, and that's the reason why, because he does a great job with the ball.
Dartez so far on the night rushing had 5 for 28 yards, averaging 5.6, and picks up another big 6 yards right there. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line, 2:47 to go. Dartez at shotgun. Once again, trip to the far side, stack with Trey Benson over there. And there's the quick packs to Benson on the far side. He'll get a blocker from Greg Martin. He's across the 50 and taken down at the 47-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 on the play for Trey Benson. And it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Bears.
Yeah, Trey Benson is doing a good job getting shoulders upfield. Nothing spectacular. Get your shoulders upfield, young man, and get some yards.
Nice job right there by Greg Martin, the receiver, to get a big block out there on the cornerback. Now coming into the Bears will be number 77, Cole Miller, coming into the ball game as an extra blocker right here. Didn't see a Bear offensive lineman go out. That'll be interesting to see what happens. To the near side, to the far side. Dartez at shotgun. And there he goes, just hands it up off the middle. And stopped immediately by the Zachary Broncos. Will be the Bear running back for a gain of nothing. Maybe even a loss of 1. That was Josh Parker on the carry. So it'll be 3rd and 5, Catholic High at the 48-yard line.
It's running back by committee. Catholic does a good job of spinning that ball around between those running backs and playing to their skill set. They do a really good job with that.
Now the Bears will go empty backfield. We'll have 2 receivers to the far side, 3 to the near side. Near side is the wide side. Dartez is in shotgun. The Bears are 4 out of 7 so far on 3rd down conversions. Dartez waits on the snap, has it there, looks to his left, short pass over the middle, going for the slant to Gregory Martin, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Bears.
Yeah, they were trying to dial up one of those short screens to get the first down. They wasn't able. He just threw it right out of his reach. I think it got, like you said earlier, the ball was a little wet. He probably got a little wet on that ball that slipped out his hand.
Yeah, and that was one. It looked like trips receivers, the near side, far side. They all kind of ran a slant. You're looking for that one guy that beats his defender. But at the same time, you got to be worried if a defender drops back, he's going to intercept it and be right there. So, unique thing for the quarterback, got to get out of that quick. So the Bears will come out to punt. The ball will be placed at the 48-yard line. That's Cole Kazanoff. He's in to punt. He's going to be standing back at the 38-yard line. Back to receive for the Broncos. Looks like number 18 back there, R.J. Allen. Or 19, Chandler Whitfield, probably Whitfield. Snap goes through his hands, and he's got to take off, and he's immediately taken down by number 17, Sean Burrell. Brings down Matthew Goodson. Brings down Cole Kazanoff. Ball just goes through his hands. And the Broncos will have phenomenal field position now as they will get the football at the 34-yard line. Just an unfortunate play right there for the Bears. Hey, Kev, what was one of your keys in pregame?
Hey, special teams. Hey, it is a key, and the Bears have to hold on to that one. This is one that worried me. The punt and punt return worried me for the Bears. It really did.
You know, we were missing last year's punter Blake Davis, field goal kicker Preston Stafford. Stafford's playing for University of Arkansas. He's listening in Colorado tonight, told me that. So, Preston, thanks for listening in. Now they'll have Broncos 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, 1:15 to go, third quarter. In shotgun, gets the pass. Now he's looking down the field, looking deep, underthrew it, and the Bear defender is there. Number 8, Jalen Armwood, interception. Catholic High gets the interception back at the 6-yard line. Great job by Catholic High right there. Jalen Armwood with the interception. You know, you saw Keelan Brown look like he had the receiver downfield and just came out. That was a dead duck that came out of his head, Kev.
Dead duck, man. Rumble, young man, rumble. Good job of getting underneath that ball. He kept his eyes on the quarterback. So when it was underthrown, he was able to make a play on it. That's a great job from that young man. Good job, brother. We needed to play. We needed something to change the energy right there, and that's when you do it right there for the Bears.
Yeah, after the mistake on the punt team, now the Bears will have it 1st and 10. They're going to stay at the 7-yard lines. Will start the drive. Bruin Nation all still here. Theme for tonight was construction. Got a lot of guys out there wearing construction orange, yellow, and tape, and a great crowd out here at Memorial Stadium to watch the defending Division I champions take on the defending 5A state champions. Here we go, 1:07 to go, third quarter. Bears are losing to Zachary 20-16, but have the ball deep down in the Bear territory's 7-yard line. 1st and 10. D'Artes will start at shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Now they'll go in motion. That's Hubix and Martin will come in motion to the near side. Krisafi now once again comes in motion. D'Artes will get the snap. There's the QB keeper up the middle. And they'll say all the way down to maybe the 10-yard line. Picks up a couple. They'll say to the 9, so he picked up 2. So that'll be 2nd and 8 for the Bears.
I think the Bears can still capitalize on some of those long plays. I see some of the matchups. I'm looking at some of the matchups here, especially wide receiver to the wide receivers and the DBs for Zachary. I think we have some issues. We have some things we can do. We can maximize on some of those things.
2nd and 8. Bears are at the 9-yard line. 35 seconds to go till the fourth quarter. D'Artes at shotgun, sends a man in motion. That's Krisafi, and he'll hand the ball. That's Josh Parker. He's across the 20, 25. He's got a little space, 30, 35, 40. Makes a cutback, and he'll be taken down all the way at the 44-yard line.
Good job. Good job, young man. Hey, he always has a way of making a play when the Bears need to play. That's what I call, hey, he's a player. He's a player, man. I love that guy when he gets the ball in his hands, straight ahead and makes a play. That's 35 yards. That's a good play for the Bears.
35-yard pickup. Bears now we're going quick. 1st and 10 from the 44. Their handoff again to Josh Parker. He's across the 45 and taken down to the 49-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play for the Bears. It'll be 2nd and 4 from the 48. They pushed it back just a little bit there. Great job by Josh Parker.
No mistakes. That's what I want to see right here. No mistakes.
And with that play, the clock will click down to 0, and we are going to go to fourth quarter football. Through 3 quarters here from Memorial Stadium, it's Zachary 20, Catholic High 16, and the Bears are driving. You're listening to Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
Hannity Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannity Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannity Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High Football.
Now you can shop online with Marucci Sports this school year. Marucci is committed to outfitting Bear fans with the highest quality products by now offering its premier line of fan apparel for all of our CHS athletic teams online. Log on maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter CHS Bears in all caps in the sales code to view this year's entire line of fan gear. That's maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter.
And welcome back to Catholic High football. It's fourth quarter action here live from Memorial Stadium. Catholic High is down to the Zachary Broncos 20-16, but they have the ball and have a drive right now. They have 2nd and 6 from the 48-yard line. I'm Dixon Walsh-McMakin, voice of the Bears, joined by the greats, the Grizzly greats, David Butler and the original Mr. Football Friday night, Kevin Franklin. Fourth quarter, here we go. D'Artez at shotgun. He'll fake the dive. He throws it back to Greg Martin, who's got the pass down the field, is looking for Hubix down the field, makes the catch at the 26-yard line and all the way down to the 21-yard line. That's Gregory Martin on the pass to Hubix. First down, Catholic High.
Hey, big boy, catch that ball in traffic, man. Go up against that little bit of linebacker, man, and get that ball. Hey, man, make a play. Somebody make a play. I see you working, big man. I see you working.
Yeah, and that was Gregory Martin on the pass. Last year in this game, Gregory Martin was 1 for 1 for a 23-yard pass. On that one right there, 1 for 1 as well.
30 yards. Good job.
30-yard pass. So D'Artez now will go under center. He'll have a big heavy set to the right side. Braylon Morgan, the running back, behind him. There's the handoff to Braylon Morgan to get behind the big backs, and he's across the 15, still on his feet. They're going to say he got down to the 15-yard line. Great job right there by Braylon Morgan to get behind the heavy set. Look at those big boys in there. That's Connor Finucane, Barhorse, Bankston came over to the right side. And look, they're going to stay in this formation here, Kevin. You got Truett Bankston has moved from left tackle to right tackle. 7-yard pickup on that last one. Connor Finucane, the defensive lineman, has come in. I'm trying to set the actual formation. So it goes Hibbert at center, Joseph Alexander at guard. Right. Finucane is actually the tackle. Hunter Chauncey is the tight end. And Truett Bankston is the H-back lined up behind the guard. That's the Bruin heavy set formation. Josh Parker, the running back, and they're going to give it to him. Instead of going right behind the heavy, he goes left, cuts left. He's at the 10, all the way down to the 5-yard line. Great job right there by Josh Parker inside the Coca-Cola red zone. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Bears.
Good job. That's kind of like a trap sweep. I call that a trap sweep. They pulled that big man, let him roll out, and this is what he did. He got the ball. He couldn't go, extend it, go to the sideline, cut the ball, go straight up the field and get the yards. That's what that's what you do. That's what I was always taught to do. Don't string the ball and try to turn the corner, Kevin. Get up in there and get some yards.
Yeah, Coach Fertitta and them really teach the wide receivers that a lot. So when you catch, go straight. Don't be trying to make all these moves. Get the yards. And great job right there by Josh Parker. He'll stay in the game. 1st and goal from the Bears 6-yard line. 10:30 to go in the fourth quarter till the ball game. D'Artez gets the snap. He'll keep it. He's going to run the option. And he's trying to decide whether or not he pitches it. He'll keep it, and he'll get all the way down to the 2-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play for D'Artez. And it'll be 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they played that well. They played the option well on that one. You got a guy going off right now, but they played that really, really well on that one. Hey, don't give him any other options.
The defender for the Broncos goes down. That's the linebacker, Taylor Milton. He'll go down the field, and we'll have a timeout, and that will be a Morrow Physical Therapy injury timeout. We'll take a timeout here. You're listening to the Bruin Broadcast Network.
At Walk-Ons, we know you don't show up just on game day. Being your best takes practice, and lots of it. That's why we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long, fueling fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen, and enjoyed in the best game day atmosphere anywhere. So come in any day to warm up for the weekend. And remember, practice makes perfect. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana. Burbank, Town Center, Zachary, Denham Springs, Prairieville.
41 for 211.
And welcome back to Catholic High football. Taking off the field right there, number 34, Taylor Milton, the linebacker, shaking up. He'll go into the Zachary 10 to look at the trainers. D'Artez picked up 4 on that last play, so it'll be 2nd and 2. It's 2nd and goal for the Bears, 10:04 to go. Okay, were y'all looking at something there during that break, a little stat? Or?
Yeah, we were looking at how even the total offense, the offensive plays. Zachary has 40 for 257. Catholic has 41 for 211. So see how balanced that is. It's so balanced tonight. Don't come down to it.
D'Artez at shotgun, 2 receivers the far side. Josh Parker, the running back, he'll hand it to him. Nobody touches him into the end zone. Touchdown, Catholic High.
Good job, baby. Hey, I see you working, young man. I see you working, baby. Look, that's the way you get it, man. When they need a play, man, Josh, he does a good job for us. I love the way he gets up there and gets in the field and get behind those big guys.
2-yard touchdown run by Josh Parker. Bears regain the lead 22-20 with 9:44 to go. Now this is a big extra point right here. Bears only up by 2. Need this one to go up by 3 to prevent Zachary from taking the lead with just a field goal. Cameron D'Artez will be the holder. Matthew Goodson will be the kicker. Elijah Reams, defensive end, is the snapper for the Bears. Once again, Goodson will kick from the 10, so a 20-yard extra point. There's the snap, hold, kick is up, line drive kick, and it's good. Matthew Goodson connects.
Good.
Catholic High Bears with 9:44 to go in the ball game regain the lead, 23-20. You are listening to the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Catholic High football, a tradition. The Fourier Insurance Agency knows about traditions, as the Fourier Insurance Agency has been serving the insurance needs of Baton Rouge since 1946. The Fourier Agency can use the experience to give you the right amount of insurance tailored to your specific needs. For your home, auto, boat, or for your commercial insurance requirements, including general liability, property, and workers' compensation. The Fourier Insurance Agency uses the most respected and stable companies in the world to protect your future and your tradition. And go Bears!
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium Catholic High football. The Bears lead the Broncos 23-20. Catholic High would like to thank all of our CHS corporate partners: Walk-On's Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. Thank you to all the Catholic High School corporate partners. Teeing up for the Bears will be Matthew Goodson. Kev, what was our last drive? What do we have for the Bears?
Last drive, 8 plays for 93 yards. The time of possession was 3 minutes and 23 seconds on that one. Good job, Bears. Good job. Hold that ball. Make them defeat you. Don't you defeat yourself.
93-yard drive. That is impressive for the Bears. So here goes Goodson again. Hopefully he'll kick it off way into the end zone. Back to receive for the Broncos, Sean Burrell and Whitfield. And the kick, they're going to say it's a live ball. He'll get it right at the 1-yard line, and he is taken down by the ankles right there by the Bears. Number 17, Gregory Martin, the wide receiver. What a great job right there. Taking down number 19, Chandler Whitfield. What a phenomenal job. That's the risk you take trying to bring the football out. Great job by Gregory Martin. Hey, Mr. Butler, I'm not sure if you had Gregory Martin prepared to make a tackle tonight in the stat sheet, but give him that one. Huge stop.
We're keeping him busy, and that's the way you do, guys. Hey, they playing with energy, man, and that's what I love about the Bears right now. They're playing with energy. I thought they were a little flat, but now they're playing with energy. It's come down to who wants this now. Who wants it?
So he only got that out. They're going to spot at their 13. It should be the 13. There you go. Put it at the 13. So that was, no, put it one back. There you go. Yeah. Come on. Okay, there we go. It should be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. So he got a 12-yard return on that. Great job by Gregory Martin. So now here we go. Quarterback Keelan Brown. Can he drive down for the Broncos, get him back on the board? In shotgun, he'll keep it. Quarterback dive, and he's tackled from behind and flipped over. Great job by number 9, Elijah Reams, the defensive end, to get in there and get him down for a gain of 1 on the play.
Good job, Elijah. Hey, way to come behind that ball, to stay with your keys, and he saw that was open. He came from behind and called. Hey, I call him the enforcer, man. He really does keep that defense grounded. He really do.
Menino will come out of the game, so the Bears will go to a 3-4 defense now in this play. Harper Massey comes into the game. And they'll have Keelan Brown at shotgun for the Broncos. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near side. .8:57 to go in the ballgame. Quick toss to the far side, right side. He's going to cut it back and taken down right at the 21-yard line. That looked like number 19, Whitfield again. And that's who it was. He'll get across the 20 to the 21. A pickup of 6 on the play, so they'll have 3rd and 2 from the 21-yard line. Yes. Big opportunity here for that Black Hat defense to stop him, Kevin.
Yeah, we need to stop right here. We need to get off the field. The defense needs to make a stop here, and I think they can. But I'm worried about the matchups. The matchups in the secondary with the wide receivers.
Yeah, we still got to, Kevin's keys, avoid the big play. The Broncos so far tonight, they've 3rd down. They're 5 for 8 so far tonight. Here comes Keelan Brown. He's got 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near side in shotgun. And there's a penalty thrown by the umpire. That most likely is going to be a false start against the Broncos. That's number 58, Trelon Harris, the offensive guard. So that'll push them back. They had 3rd and 2, so now they'll have 3rd and 7. Big loss, big opportunity right there for the Broncos. Missed by jumping on. It didn't really look like he jumped. More just getting kind of anxious right there, Kevin, and then not feeling it. You know, sometimes when we're so amped up for a big play,
you're ready to make a play. And then, so they just jump. I think the energy and the anxiety are ready to go. So he just jumped a little bit on that one.
Bears lead 23-20, 8:01 to go. Shout out Brandon Deaton for listening in right here. 3rd and 7, ball on the 16-yard line. Opportunity here for that Black Cat defense to get a big stop. Brown at shotgun, 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Bears coming with the blitz. He's in shotgun, doesn't see the receiver, throws it over the middle, and he's able to make the reception. Number 1, Chris Hilton, all the way down to the 30-yard line. Give credit to Keelan Brown. He put that one on a tight rope, and Hilton able to come down with it and get the first down for the Broncos at the 30-yard line.
Hey, he put it on the line right there. He was ready to get sacked. If he kept that ball one more second, he was going to get sacked from the backside. So the good wall to get it in. That's 14 yards on that play. Hey, good job by him. Good job by the receiver to catch it.
Yeah, now the Broncos will have 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. In shotgun, looks to the far right, makes the quick pass, almost intercepted, avoids the tackle. That's Whitfield. He's got speed. He's at the 40. He's at the 50, 45. He's in the Bear territory and taken down from behind by the Bear defender all the way down, they're going to say, to the 31-yard line on that connection from Brown to Whitfield right there. Kevin, the Bears couldn't avoid it. That was a big play for the Broncos.
We had a play now. If he makes a play, makes an interception, tips the ball down, but here to go. Whitfield is a player, man. He's a baller, man. He makes plays, though. He really does for the Zachary, and they put it in his hands, and that's what I love about him. They give it to the man that's going to do some damage.
That damaged player is coming out of the game right now, probably just a little tired after that play. 39 pickup right there from Brown to Whitfield. 7:14 to go in the ball game. Bears lead 23-20. Brown at quarterback. He's in shotgun. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Gets the snap. Now he rolls to the right just on a straight QB keep. He's around the outside. He's got a little space. And he gets, we're going to say 10 yards on that play. He'll pick up a first down for the Broncos. That's just pure athleticism quarterback keep on the outside, Kevin.
Hey, lined up. I'm against you. I'm going to go. I'm rolling out, and I'm rolling right. Can you stop me? That's all that was. And that's what he does. Hey, Keelan Brown is a great athlete. We're looking at a good athlete.
Yeah, one thing on the film you see, if he's able to get outside of the ends, man, is he dangerous.
Yes,
and right there, when he's able to get outside of the ends for the Bears right there, picks up 10, first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos, 6:35 to go in the ball game. The ball is at the 21-yard line. Broncos are in Bear territory. They're heading right to left on your radio dial in the car. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle and taken down immediately by the Bear Black Cat defense. See 34 in there, Landon Richard, Patrick DeLatte as well. That was number 18, R.J. Allen, on the carry. It's going to be a loss of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 12 for the Broncos. 6:05 to go in the ball game. Hey, Kevin, Division I state champs, 5A state champs. We thought it'd be exciting.
I didn't think it was going to be this exciting. I thought the Bears really had a couple of advantages. But, hey, Zachary makes plays. Zachary makes a lot of plays, and Whitfield and Keelan Brown does a great job this year.
So on that one, they'll take a timeout for a concession break, and we'll take a timeout here in the booth. We'll be right back after these ads on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score. Because we've got the food covered with fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand-battered and cooked to order. So no matter the score, you'll always win. Raisin Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Hello, Bear fans. This is Darryl Papillon of Walters, Papillon, Thomas & Cullens, a proud partner of the Catholic High Bears. Our lawyers have 100 years of experience handling serious injury, wrongful death, and complex commercial cases. We are the alumni, parents, and children representing more than a dozen current and former Catholic high school Bears or alumni of other schools of the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. Go Bears!
Welcome back, Catholic High football. 2nd and 12 for the Broncos at the 23-yard line in shotgun Brown. He's got the receiver out to the far side and makes the completion, and he's getting close to that first down. And the Bears are able to bring him out of bounds. Trying to get a number out there on the far side. Looks like 82, Chris Simmons. He also has number 85, Jadarian Davis out there. Yeah, 82, Chris Simmons on the reception. They're going to say he did not quite get the first down, so they're going to say that was a pickup of 11 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 1 from the 11.
Good job.
3rd and 1 from the 11. Wow, is this exciting. 5:15 to go in the ball game. Bears lead 23-20 over the Broncos. Keelan Brown's at shotgun. He's got one receiver to the far side, two to the near side. H-back lined up to the left side. Running backs to his right. 3rd and 1 from the 11. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. There's the keeper for Brown around the right side, and he's able to get out of bounds, but he will. Man, this spot is close. It is so far across the. Kev, I'm not sure if they got it or not. Look at this. They're going to look at it real close right here. Referee's going to examine it. He's right next to the chains.
He's right there.
And they're going to take a timeout, and this is going to be an official Walters, Papillon, Thomas, Cullens, attorneys at law measurement. So our first measurement of the ball game here. I mean, the ball is right next to the sticks. I mean, less than 2 feet away, and they cannot tell. So let's see what happens here. This will be interesting. So the chain mark, the spot they're going to use, they'll go back to the 20. You always put a clip on the last yard line. So that'll be at the 20. So that's where the clip will be. And then they'll walk it 2 yards forward to get to where the ball is spotted right now by the officials. This is going to be, wow, for how close this is. Late in the ball game, this Walters, Papillon, Thomas, and Cullens attorneys at law measurement is going to be a huge factor here in the game. They did not get it, Kevin. They didn't get it, I don't think. Look at them down there.
Yeah.
They got the note card out. We got the binoculars. We're looking. I mean, every coach, everybody is looking. This is amazing right now. The suspense here, folks.
Don't
4:52.
go like the Monday night day and put the slip down. Remember that one on the Monday night? Don't put the slip down and the paper down. If they put the paper down, I think I'm going to hurt somebody. I think I'm going to have a fit.
All right, we're getting some arms. We're getting some arms over there by the Catholic High sideline that it does look like they did not get it. It is going to be short. I'm going to say short and a centimeter. I mean, the referee is still huddled up right next to the ball measuring this. They're going to bring out a new football here. So it is 4th and an inch, 4th and a centimeter, 4th and a millimeter, 4th and a piece of paper. That's really all you have right here. So far tonight, the Broncos are 2 for 2 on 4th down. It's 4:52 to go in the ball game. Bears lead 23-20. The Broncos are inside field goal range. They want to go for the tie right here. They could. Instead, the offense is staying on the field. I don't even see the kicker on the sideline. He's nowhere near where he needs to be probably right now. So they are going for it. You got the 5A state title game MVP quarterback in there. Coach Brewerton is walking out on the field now, talking to him directly about this play. Kevin, you make a call. What do you think they're going to go with?
They're going to run the ball between those tackles, and they're going to run the ball away from Finucane and Elijah Reams. I'm going to tell you, they're going to run away from those big guys.
So Kevin's predicting the run to the left side right here. You know, I think they're going to go with that Cameron Dartez kind of dive play. You know, let Keelan Brown get the snap, look for a second, and then pick where he needs to go. 4th and a centimeter. Catholic High up 23-20, 4:46 to go. He's right under center and gets the big push, and they're going to say he got the first down with a big push from the lineman in front of him and the wide receiver behind him. Now, this will be interesting whether or not they spot the ball inside the 10 or if they spot it outside the 10, because that'll mean it's goal to go for them, and they did do that. So it will be goal to go for the Broncos here. We're going to call it the 9-yard line here for the Broncos. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 4:35 to go live from Memorial Stadium. You're listening and watching to Catholic High Football, 104.5 ESPN. Bruin broadcasts and WBTR. The Broncos now are in their 10th play of the drive. A great drive they've had so far. 23-20. Catholic High leads. 4:19 to go till the ball game. Brown once again in shotgun. He looks to the left, and Catholic High is going to take a timeout. They'll take a timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout here in the booth. Catholic High leads 23-20 with 4:15 to go in the ball game. You're listening to the Bear Broadcast Network.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty who have contributed, the Fund for Catholic High School is essential to ensuring continued excellence for our students as they learn, grow, and discover their true potential for success in life. So give today to the Fund for Catholic High School by logging on to catholichigh.org and be a part of what's defining the difference at CHS. And go Bears!
Catholic High football, a tradition. The 4A Insurance Agency knows about.
Hey, welcome back, folks, to Catholic High football here, 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, WBTR. 4:15 to go in the ball game. Catholic High leads 23-20. Division I state title champions versus Division 5A state title champions. We thought it'd be a great one, Kevin, and so far we're getting our money's worth.
Yes, we're getting every bit of it tonight because it's an evenly matched team, more even than we thought ourselves. It's more even.
So Keelan Brown, the quarterback, will come back into the game here, number 15. He's at shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Takes the snap, and he's going to do the end around here to this side, keeper on the left side, and he's met by a host of Bears right there. Number 10, Hayden Shaheen, and 27, Patrick DeLatte on the tackle. They'll give him a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 8, which will be 2nd and goal for the Broncos. Nice job of that Black Hat defense, which is the left side. You know, he's been going to the right all night. First time going to the left we've seen so far.
Yeah, string him along the sideline to sideline. Don't let him turn his shoulders, and especially with a guy with speed. You can't let him turn the corner.
Bears now lining up at defense. Brown in the offense looking back at the sideline for the play, looking down at their wrists now for the play. He's at shotgun. He's got 1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the far side. Running back Chandler Whitfield in the backfield to his right. The H-back is to the right. And there's the quick toss to the right side. That's Chandler Whitfield, number 19. He's trying to get it outside, and he slips. Great job by number 3 for the Bears, Evan Venable, to push him outside. And then coming on for the tackle, number 8, Jalen Armwood, and he'll lose 4 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 12 for the Broncos.
Don't get lured to sleep, guys. They're going to probably try to throw a pass right now and stuff. Don't get lured to sleep, guys.
3rd and goal for the Broncos, and they're going to push him back. I said 13, looks like maybe the 12-yard line. So 3rd and 12, really it's 3rd and goal here for the Broncos. Number 4 coming out of the game for them, that's Jaden Williams coming in. R.J. Allen at running back. So far tonight, the Broncos are 6 out of 10 on 3rd down conversion, 60%. Keelan Brown's at shotgun. The ball's at the 12-yard line. He's standing back at the 17-yard line. Coach Brewerton is running down the sideline, and he will get the timeout. So the Broncos will call a timeout. We'll take a break here as well. You're listening to Catholic High Football on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Catholic High football, a tradition. The 4A Insurance Agency knows about traditions, as the 4A Insurance Agency has been serving the insurance needs of Baton Rouge since 1946. The 4A Agency can use the experience to give you the right amount of insurance tailored to your specific needs. For your home, auto, boat, or for your commercial insurance requirements, including general liability, property, and workers' compensation. The 4A Insurance Agency uses the most respected and stable companies in the world to protect your future and your tradition. And go Bears!
And welcome back to Catholic High Football. You're listening and watching on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR Channel 19, Cox 144 ETEL. 2:38 to go in the ball game. Broncos are losing right now to the Bears 23-20, and a pretty impressive drive these Broncos are on right now, Kevin.
Yeah, 12 plays, almost seven minutes. Hey, they need to get off the field. We need a turnover here, a big play, or something like that to get these guys off the field. The big guys are probably get a little winded right about now, but if they stay to their training, hey, it's gonna be a good drive right here.
Yeah, fourth quarter training. This is what you do all season right now. All those extra wind sprints right here, fourth quarter, hot. Louisiana Memorial Stadium, the Bear Nation on their feet, making some noise. Keelan Brown, quarterback's at shotgun, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. He gets the snap. Now he's looking to the far side, just throws it up for the fade pattern, and he's going to throw it too deep for the intended receiver. That was number 4, Jaden Williams, on the intended reception. Incomplete, and now it'll be 4th and goal from the 12 for the Broncos.
Yeah, they were going up for a matchup on that one. They were trying to match up a guy against a smaller guy or inexperienced guy at corner and try to throw the ball. They were trying that seam play. Remember the last play that they scored those seam routes on? Looked like that was the same play right there.
And number 4, Jaden Williams. He's the junior wide receiver. So a tough decision to make. You got 4th and goal from the 12, and now you will bring out the kicker right here to attempt a tying field goal with 2:33 to go in the ball game. Special teams coordinator Eric Held out there cheering and yelling at them to make sure that they do not miss a fake right here. The ball will be set down at 19. We're going to say it to Butler, 19-yard line, 28-yard line. So this will be a 28-yard field goal attempt. Coach Fertitta runs down the field, and he will call a timeout. But we're gonna stay right here though for the Bears, and let's set everything up. So far in the game, Catholic High's up 23-20. We have 2:33 to go in the ball game. Zachary has been on an impressive drive. over 7 minutes on this drive right here.
Yes.
Got down into the Coca-Cola red zone all the way down to the 7-yard line, and Bears have pushed them back now to the 12-yard line. They've brought out the field goal kicker. Coach Gabe Fertitta calls the timeout to ice him, maybe remind the defensive players, hey, guys, they got athletes. They might fake it. You never know. Be aware of that. But really to ice the kicker right here.
Yeah, they're trying to give him some time to think about it and trying to give their defense time enough to make a play on it as well. So, guys, we need a play here. This is what we're drawing up, and Zachary got to know that too. They're just not that strong to me with the kicking game. I just didn't see that on the film from them. So we might have an opportunity here.
So we're going to say the ball will be set down at the 19. It'll be a 29-yard field goal. Have not seen the strongest leg for 99, Ethan Patrick O'Brien. Number 4, Jaden Williams, will be the holder for the Broncos. We're waiting on this. There's the snap. The kick is up. It's a low one. And he does get it through just over the upright right there. A line drive kick, barely gets over the uprights, and the Broncos have tied the ball game. So with 2:28 to go, fourth quarter football, it's Catholic High 23, the Broncos 23. You are listening to the Bruin Broadcast Network here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR.
We have a new player on the field, and he's ready for kickoff with a delicious Coca-Cola. The kick. Ice giving him a little trouble as a few cubes shake loose. He's probably going to pour it here. He does. The liquid cuts through an opening. That Coca-Cola's looking pretty good. Can he go all the way? He's going for it. He did it! And just listen to that fizz. Thousands of bubbles jumping in excitement. That might have been the most refreshing thing that I've ever seen. Coca-Cola. Taste the feel.
And folks, welcome back to Catholic High football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Boy, oh boy, do we have an exciting one for you live from Memorial Stadium, right off of Fuqua Street, baby. It's Catholic High 23, the Zachary Broncos 23. 2:28 to go in the ball game. If you're listening in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all across the country, this is exactly what you want to see in Louisiana high school football. Division I state champs versus the 5A state champs. Kicking off from the 40 will be O'Brien. Back for the Bears, and he quicks a skid one to the left side, and picking it up will be number 61, Marcus Hibbert, the center. He picks it up and advances. He's at the 40, all the way down, and he fumbled the football. Hibbert fumbled the football, and the Broncos pick it up at the 45-yard line, and they're going to see if he was down. We're going to try to get you a replay on the Bruin Broadcast Network. Coach Fertitta thinks he was down. They're going to say Hibbert fumbled the football, and he'll take it out to the 46-yard line. We're looking at the replay now. Folks, you can hear me on the radio if you can watch it on the replay. I think the right knee was down. I'm going to say I think the right knee was down before that football came out. When they see that tomorrow on the footage, I think they are going to be incredibly upset. Oh my, Kev. Oh my.
Yeah, the refs, you can't leave it to the refs. I mean, that just was an opportunity. That man was trying to make a play. He can run that. I don't blame him for that. I really doesn't. Hey, that's just a play. We just got to make a play after now.
Hey, now the Black Hat defense needs to step up. 2:18 to go. It's still a tied ball game. Broncos are in Bear territory at the 41-yard line. There's the snap to Brown. He'll keep it around the left side, get some running room, and he's free in the open air, and he's got space, and he'll take it all the way in for a touchdown. 41-yard touchdown run for Keelan Brown. He was met at the line of scrimmage and made a move, and then he took off, and the Broncos have taken the lead 29-23 here. Fourth quarter, 2:09 to go.
Yeah, unfortunate on that play, man. They got a matchup issue on that play. They went short side. He was able to turn the ball up and make a play on that one. He just got in the open, and you can't let that guy get in the open. I think he's working on 100 rushing and 100 probably passing right now.
Brown with a phenomenal play right now. Now a huge extra point. Still 2:09 to go in the ball game. 99 O'Brien on to kick the extra point for the Broncos. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it's good. So the Broncos get the touchdown, the 41-yard run by Keelan Brown. With 2:09 to go in the ballgame, it's Zachary 30, Catholic High 23. We will be right back on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
This is Brian Hightower, Catholic High School class of 1997 and the Director of Alumni Relations. The CHS Alumni Association provides opportunities throughout the year for CHS alumni to reconnect with classmates, and further their commitment to the mission of Catholic High School and the Brothers of the Sacred Heart. With more than 9,500 alumni worldwide, the association wishes the 2018 Football Bears the best of luck as they defend the state title. For more information on upcoming events, go to CatholicHigh.org, and remember, it's more than 4, it's a lifetime. Go Bears.
Welcome back, folks. Catholic High football live from Memorial Stadium. The Broncos just get a 41-yard rushing touchdown from the quarterback, Keelan Brown, and they take the lead 30-23. We have 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the ballgame. Smash Mouth football coming your way, folks. Going to be an exciting one here. O'Brien to kick off from the 40. This time he kicks a low kick, and it bounces at the 5, and it will go into the end zone. So the Bears will start at the 20-yard line. Kev, 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go. You got 80 yards to go every week at practice. The end of practice on Wednesday and Thursday, you practice 80 yards to go with 2 minutes left in the game.
Yes.
2-minute offense. Let's see it.
2-minute offense. What are you made of right here? You know you're down. Can you keep your poise? And I think the general can do it. I think Dartez can do it here. I think he can keep us poised. At least go down the field and let's get a score here.
Dartez and the offense will be coming out. Ball's placed at the 20-yard line, 2:09 to go. The last kickoff return, Hibbard picked it up, had great field position, and they said he was not down and fumbled, and Zachary got the touchdown. That's how they now have the lead, 30-23, 2:09 to go. Dartez is the quarterback. He's got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Waiting on the snap from Hibbard. And there's the snap. He'll look left, throws it down the field. How's the receiver? That's Solomon Singleton. Great job on the hitch, and he's able to get out of bounds after the gain of 11 all the way out to the 31-yard line. Great job by Singleton right there.
Yeah, they're playing a 4 cover, 3D coverage. Hey, don't let anybody behind you. They're trying to prevent, don't let anybody behind. Catch the ball in front of you.
Great job on the pass right there. Pickup of 11. Dartez at shotgun. Josh Parker, the running back, to his right. Trips to the near side. Single receiver to the far side is Singleton again. Here comes that Bear offense. 2:02 to go. Only 7 seconds lost on that first play. Dartez waiting on the snap. Now he'll throw it to the near side. He's got Forrest Roy on the hitch. On really the screen, jet, whatever you want to call it there, Kevin. He'll get it at silk screen. He'll get it across right to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 4. The clock is running. We are going to go full-on varsity blues mode. The clock is running. 1:42 to go in the ballgame. Dartez at shotgun, 2 to the far side, waiting on the snap. And gets the snap. Now he rolls. Now he's looking for the screen pass. That's Hubix. He's got a man in front of him, and he's able to get out of bounds all the way down to the 41-yard line. Depends on the spot whether or not it'll be a first down or not. They've moved the chains. They're going to say it's a first down, Catholic High. Great job by Hubix right there on the screen pattern. Hubix will go out of the game. Receivers will come in. Near side trips, that's Francis, Martin, and Roy. Far side single set, that's Singleton. Dartez is at shotgun for the Bears. Josh Parker is running back to his right. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Bears are still in their territory. 1:30 to go in the ballgame. There's the quick pass to Martin, and he's taken down immediately. What a great job on the tackle out there by number 14 for the Broncos. Quentin Johnson makes the tackle. Bears need to hurry right there. That's a loss of 4 on the play. 1:14 to go in the ballgame.
Yeah.
Bears need a play, and they need to get the clock to stop. Same formation. Trips near side, single back to the far side. Dartez gets the snap. He'll pump fake, and he's looking down the field. He's got time. Now he sees Greg Martin. Greg Martin at the 41-yard line. He's able to get out of bounds. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll stop the clock with 59 seconds to go. So with 59 seconds to go, 3rd and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Good job, Bears. Hey, be poised. Get the ball down the field. Let's get the first down here, so keep it rolling. You're going out right now. You're going something out to the sticks to get the first down.
So now the Bears will go trip to the far side, single back to the near side. Dartez is at shotgun. He's standing at his 35. Ball's on the 41. Running back to his right. Waiting on the snap. There's the snap. Steps up into the pocket, looking down the field to his right. Has Forrest Roy at the 50. Makes the catch, but he's unable to get out of bounds. And he's down at the 50-yard line right there. The Bears are short of the first down. They have 2 yards to go. And Gabe Fertitta now is forced to call a timeout. The clock is still running. They need to put some seconds back on the clock right there. Gabe Fertitta took a timeout. The clock currently shows 40 seconds. We will see if they put some time back on the clock or not. A nice pass right there, Dartez to Roy, but did not get out of bounds and did not stop the clock. That is a mistake here, Kevin.
Yeah, know your down and distance. Coaches used to get in trouble with me all the time, and when I play ball, and some of my teammates. Know the down and distance. That's just having a football mentality and a football philosophy. You know they got to get out right now on that play. You got to get out of bounds.
And give credit to the Bronco defender there for the way he tackled him and got his arms around him to keep him in bounds. You know Forrest Roy was trying to get there and just quite unable to do it. Folks, you are listening to Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN, watching on BruinBroadcast.com, and now our partnership with WBRZ at WBTR, Channel 19 Baton Rouge, Channel 144 ETEL in Gonzales. Thank you to all of our Catholic High School corporate partners: Walk-On's Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. Thank you to those corporate partners for bringing you Catholic High Football. So here we go. Ball's right at midfield. 4th and 1, 44 seconds. Bears need a yard, or the ball game comes to an end. Dartez is in shotgun, 3 receivers the far side, 1 on the near side. That's Benson. He goes in motion. They'll fake it to him, and Dartez will get across the 50, and he'll pick up the first down. Catholic High. He'll get all the way to the 46-yard line. Catholic High, first down.
Yeah, he's on the sideline. Hey, they need to get on the ball right now and run the play.
The clock was stopped to move the change at 36 seconds. The ball's at the 46-yard line. There's the whistle. Clock's live. Dartez gets the snap, rolls to his left, looking down the field, has the receiver. That's Singleton. He's got some room. He's at the 35, but he's midfield. He gets the first down. Clock will stop with 25 seconds. Solomon Singleton across the middle of the field. Dartez rolled to his left, hits Solomon in the middle of the field. 25 seconds on the clock. Bears are at the 34-yard line now. 25 seconds to go. Down by 7. Bears driving 4th quarter. Memorial Stadium, we're live. Dartez at shotgun, gets the snap. He looks down the field. He pump fakes. Now he looks to the field. He's got a receiver down the far sideline. That's Solomon Singleton. He brings it in, and that's a touchdown for Catholic High Bears.
Rumble, young man, rumble. That's what I'm talking about. You make a big play, and he dialed it up. Hey, the general made a play on that one, baby. The general called him up. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Cameron Dartez pumps to the left side. The cornerback steps up, and there was Solomon Singleton in the end zone for the touchdown. Catholic High School Bears. If that just didn't get your blood pumping, then you ain't living, baby. Catholic High now down by 1, 29-30, 15 seconds to go on the clock. They are looking, look at this. We're going to go for 2. Holy moly, this is Catholic High football, baby. 15 seconds, 29-30. Overtime, we don't need no stinking overtime. And David Brewerton sees it, and he's going to call a timeout. And we're going to take a timeout here. Catholic High scores down by 1, 15 seconds to go. We'll be right back on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Hannity Bourgeois has been doing business in South Louisiana for nearly 100 years. Their team of CPAs and business advisors offers specialized skills and expertise to help clients reach their greatest potential. With 3 offices across South Louisiana and 120 employees, Hannity Bourgeois provides prompt and professional services of the highest quality to businesses in a wide array of industries. Hannity Bourgeois, CPAs and business advisors, a proud sponsor of Catholic High football.
And welcome back, fans, to Catholic High football here. Woo! What an exciting play. If you missed it, Cameron Dartez was a shotgun, pumped left, and had Solomon Singleton down the far sideline. He brings it in, and Catholic High's within 1 with 15 seconds to go. Catholic High started the drive on the 20-yard line with 2:09 to go on the clock. And instead of Matthew Goodson coming out, the Catholic High Bears are going to go for it all, baby. They're going for the win here, live at Memorial Stadium, Division I state champs. Division 5A state champs. Let's set the scene for you. Cameron Dartez is at shotgun. Braylon Morgan is the running back to his left. Gregory Martin, the receiver to the right. Forrest Roy to the near side. Dartez in shotgun, gets the snap. Now they do the reverse. Gregory Martin looks like he's going to try to throw for it. Doesn't have it. Now throws it to the end zone, and he's got him in the end zone. Forrest Roy. Gregory Martin to Forrest Roy. 2-point conversion is good. The reverse pass conversation is good. How about them Bears, baby?
Hey, Bears play, Bears play, Bears play. Hey, Memorial Stadium is a cemetery. Hey, good job, guys. Good job. Way to go, Thomas Green. Hey, good job, guys. Bears made a play on that one. Good job.
Memorial Stadium off of Fuqua Street, where the opponent's dreams come to die, and they have died tonight. Catholic High takes the lead 31-30 with 15 seconds to go in the ball game. The huge touchdown pass from Cameron Dartez to Solomon Singleton, then the reverse to Gregory Martin, who takes his time and makes really a killer throw right there to Forrest Roy in the end zone. Give the wide receiver just...
Did you see how he drew him up? He drew them to him, and he was able to draw him to him. See how he fake tried, oh, my run, and he throws it. Good job, guys. Good job.
Does a little razzle-dazzle and steps up and makes a killer throw. You know, Gregory Martin last year in this game was 1 for 1. This year, 2 for 2. He says, you know what, I'm going to outdo myself. Go 2 for 2, gets the big play. But, hey, Kevin, one of your keys to victory, 2 of them really, special teams and the big play. And 2 things here that Catholic High really has to focus on right here on this kickoff.
Yeah, on the big play.
Matthew Goodson will be the kicker. He's kicking off from the 40. Back to receive for the Broncos will be number 17. That's Burrell, and number 19, Whitfield. Goodson here has an option. Does he squib kick it to try to waste some time? That's always an option. Does he just kick it straight into the end zone, let them start on the 20? Lots of options. Coach Eric Held down there pacing furiously, the special teams coach for the Bears. 15 seconds to go, 31-30. Catholic High has the lead in what has been just truly a fantastic high school football game here in Baton Rouge, state of Louisiana, United States of America, Northern Hemisphere, and the world.
Babies, dogs, cats, everybody, man. This is a great game. It's a great day to be a Bear. It's a great game today.
Here goes Goodson with the kickoff at the 40. So he'll just boot it, and he's actually going to boot it just straight out of bounds. I have a feeling that was not any of the options they wanted right there, Kevin, to kick it out of bounds. Obviously, he's probably trying to squib kick it right there, and instead of kicking it down, you kick it over on the right side, goes out of bounds. So instead of starting on the 20, they will start now on the 35-yard line. And I've seen it, folks. Keelan Brown for Zachary has a cannon of an arm. So if they get a play or two and are close, he will be able to reach the end zone. We have fully enjoyed all of our listeners listening in on the 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com. For those that are listening on 104.5 ESPN, you might be taken back to the studio here for the Prep Scoreboard Show. But we got 15 seconds to go. We're going to still bring it to you here on Bruin Broadcast and WBTR. There's the snap to Brown. He's in the shotgun. He's going to throw the under route incomplete to Whitfield, who is running across the line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's probably going to try to get this ball to probably get it to your best player. Either Keelan Brown or either Whitfield are going to do something here. I wouldn't even trust anybody else with the ball right now. So, guys, we know Bears who we're going to. Who's probably going to put the ball in their hand.
4 seconds off the clock right there. 11 seconds. The Broncos still have it at the 35-yard line. Catholic High leads 31-30. Brown will be at shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. All the fans for Catholic High on their feet. Brown steps up in the pocket and throws it out of bounds, incomplete. So now it'll be 3rd and 10 with 6 seconds to go. Not sure if they've gone there yet, but soon they will. Don't forget, folks, right after our game, tune in for the complete recap of all LHSA action with the Lake After Hours, Lake Urgent Care, Prep Scoreboard. Join Cade Wazdan and a character of thousands as they recap all the games from tonight. And that's coming to you right now, 104.5 ESPN. We're still live, BruinBroadcast.com, WBTR. 3rd and 10, 6 seconds to go. Catholic High leads 31-30. 35-yard line for Keelan Brown. He's in the shotgun. He's looking to throw the quick pass over here the near side to Whitfield. He's got a couple blockers in front of him. He's crossed the 40. Now he cuts back inside, and he's going to stay in bounds, and that will do it with 0-0 on the clock. Catholic High School wins the ball game. 31-30. Bears win. Bears win. Catholic High takes down the Zachary Broncos. You've been listening to Catholic High football here on 104.5 ESPN, BruinBroadcast.com, and WBTR. Stay tuned for the Louisiana Prep Scoreboard post-game show right here on 104.5 ESPN, and we will be back with the post-game show on Channel 19, 144 WBTR.
Lamar Advertising is a proud corporate partner of Catholic High School. Since 1902, Lamar has been on a mission to partner and grow with local businesses by providing an unmatched out-of-home advertising service to all our clients. A Lamar sign is the most effective way for your business to get your message to the community. Check us out online at lamar.com or give us a call at 225-752-0200. Lamar.com or give us a call 225-752-0200. At Lamar, we are outdoor.
Welcome to Slocal. Slocal is an educational initiative that allows you to give back to a school while supporting local businesses. Sign up in 3 easy steps, and 25% of your subscription will go back to a school of your choice, all while you enjoy savings and offers from your favorite local businesses. It's as simple as finding a business, opening the page, and redeeming the offer. Go to www.getslocalat.com to find out more today.
Starting my own business was the hardest thing I've ever done, and the smartest. Building a team, managing cash flow, and creating digital channels is complicated. But my Mid-South Bank business banker has financial tools I've never even seen at other banks, and the time to help me use them. Being successful in business today is complicated. Choosing the right bank isn't. Uncomplicate your business banking at Mid-South Bank. Member FDIC.
Hello, my name is Paul Ross from the class of 1987, and I'm the current Catholic High Men's Club president. Since 1930, the Catholic High Men's Club has provided service and funding to Catholic High. The Men's Club membership drive is now underway, and for just $30 a year or $300 for a lifetime membership, you too can become a part of this tradition. The Men's Club sponsors the weekly football broadcasts and actively supports many programs at CHS. Please provide your support by joining or renewing your membership now on the Men's Club page at catholichigh.org.
And welcome back, folks, to Catholic High football here on WBTR and the Bruin Broadcast Network. Let's take it up to the Grizzly greats, David Butler and the original Mr. Football Friday Night, Kevin Franklin, for our scoring recap and the first game stats.
Got a lot of scoring here, Kevin. Yes. A lot of scoring. Zachary took their first possession. They drove 78 yards in 2 plays. It was Chandler Whitfield, a 78-yard pass from Keelan Brown. Ethan O'Brien added the point after, and Zachary led 7-0. Catholic scored with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. It was Joshua Parker, a 3-yard run. Matthew Goodson's point after was blocked, 7-6 in favor of Zachary. In the second quarter, Catholic took the lead with 6:56 to go in the half. It was Cameron Dartez on a 1-yard run with Matthew Goodson's point after, and it was 13-7 in favor of Catholic. Zachary came back and took the lead 14-13 with 52 seconds to go in the first half. R.J. Allen, a 2-yard run. Ethan O'Brien, the point after. And that was an 80-yard drive, 16 plays. But as time expired in the first half, Matthew Goodson kicked a 28-yard field goal, giving Catholic High a 16-14 halftime lead. And Zachary took the opening kickoff of the third quarter, drove 80 yards in 12 plays, used 7:33 on the clock. It was Chris Simmons, a 32-yard pass from Keelan Brown, and Zachary led 20-16. Catholic took the lead with 9:44 to go in the game. Joshua Parker, a 2-yard run. Matthew Goodson, the point after. That was an 8-play, 93-yard drive, and Catholic led 23-20. Then with 2:28 to go in the contest, Zachary's Ethan O'Brien kicked a 29-yard field goal, capping a 75-yard drive, and we were tied at 23-23. Yes. 2:09 left in the game. Zachary took the lead. Keelan Brown, a 46-yard run. Ethan O'Brien, the point after, and Zachary led 30-23. And with only 15 seconds to go in the game, Solomon Singleton, a 34-yard pass from Cameron Dartez. Catholic went for the 2-point conversion. It was a Forrest Roy pass from Gregory Martin. Roy with the reception, and Catholic wins 31-30.
All right. And now with the first half stats, Kevin Franklin.
Yes, as you know, Catholic won the battle, 31 to Zachary 30. What stands out to me is the rushing net. Zachary had 36 for 158 yards. Catholic had 28 for 115 yards. The net passing, Zachary had a whopping 238 yards passing to Catholic only 178. Also, another stat that stands out is the total offense. Really balanced here. So you have 56 total plays for Zachary for 396 yards. Also, you have Catholic had 51 for 293 yards. The kickoff battle, as you know, that was played a big part. Catholic had 4 kickoffs for 143 yards, and also that big score by Joshua Parker. Also, the time of possession is something that I looked at too. Zachary had 26 minutes and 31 seconds. Catholic had 21 minutes and 29. So that was very important. As you know, Keelan Brown, he led the rushing, 19 for 128 yards for his long, and he had a touchdown as well. He was passing. He was 11 for 20. For 238 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Threw the ball well tonight.
He did a great job passing that ball tonight. So, and also, I want to say Whitfield. Whitfield for Zachary had 6 receptions for 158 and 1 touchdown as well, and that long one for 78 yards. For the Bears, Joshua Parker did an awesome job. He had 9 rushes for 60 yards. He had 2 touchdowns down there in the red zone. He did a Coca-Cola red zone. He did an awesome job in the red zone. He averaged 6 yards a carry. Also, the second in rushes, Cameron D'Artes, 9 rushes for 44 yards. The longest was 11, and he had 4.9. So that was also good as well. Passing, Cameron D'Artes was 19 for 22 for 147 yards. He had 1 touchdown, and the longest was 34 yards. Singleton, what can we say? He came up with the touchdown. He had 4 receptions for 64 yards, including that last one for the touchdown. And Forrest Roy was right behind him. He had 5 for 18, and he had his longest was 9. So that was a good job by the Bears tonight.
Good job.
Thank you so much, Mr. Butler and Kevin Franklin, for the scoring recap and our stats here on the Shoppers Value Postgame Show. And we'll be right back after this break on the Bruin Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Slocal. Slocal is an educational initiative that allows you to give back to a school while supporting local businesses. Sign up in 3 easy steps, and 25% of your subscription will go back to a school of your choice, all while you enjoy savings and offers from your favorite local businesses. It's as simple as finding a business, opening the page, and redeeming the offer. Go to www.getslocalat.com to find out more today.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty who have contributed, the Fund for Catholic High School is essential to ensuring continued excellence for our students as they learn, grow, and discover their true potential for success in life. So give today to the Fund for Catholic High School by logging on to catholichigh.org and be a part of what's defining the difference at CHS. And go Bears!
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Canes for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raisin Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now you can shop online with Marucci Sports this school year. Marucci is committed to outfitting Bear fans with the highest quality products by now offering its premier line of fan apparel for all of our CHS athletic teams online. Log on maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter CHS Bears in all caps in the sales code to view this year's entire line of fan gear. That's maruccisports.itemorder.com and enter.
And welcome back, folks, to the Shopper Value Postgame Show here on BruinBroadcast.com and WBTR. What an exciting game tonight, Kevin. Yes. You know, we talked about it all week, really. We've been talking about this game since the season ended last year, that we were going to have the Division I state title champion here tonight and the 5A state champion here tonight. And who would have thought that we had to move the game from Olympia Stadium to Memorial Stadium because so many people were here. And yes, thank God we did, because everyone stayed till the end of this matchup.
Yes, they had to. This is what football in September is about. They're building this season up. You have to build this season in September. You don't build it in December. You build it right now. And that's what the Bears did tonight. With the fans, they changing the venue, they coming out to play and playing last-minute football. That's what they did tonight.
You know, Kevin, I think in the pregame show we talked about it all game, some of Kevin's keys to victories tonight, you know, the ones that really stuck out to me, special teams and big plays. And we saw them really on both sides of football, but it seemed that Catholic High won both of those keys.
Yes, and that's what they do. That's why the Kevin keys, I try to do them. If you win at least 2 of them or 1 of them, you're probably going to do a good job tonight. It's not me, but I just said I know that's what Catholic High needs to do. Was watching film and all, that's what they need to do to win.
Yeah, great job tonight, seeing the footage and knowing that the quarterback, Keelan Brown, what a great athlete that they had for the Bears. You know, really gave us almost a little mini heart attack there when he scored that final touchdown, 41 yards.
Right.
But the great composure by quarterback Cameron Dartez to come back and lead the Bears down the field. 2:09 to go, 80 yards to drive down the field, and the touchdown pass to Roy.
Every guy that I know, while you hear me calling this game, he did awesome with that. Also, I just think they play for Coach. They really play for him, and that matters, especially with a coach, especially that young. They will play the last minute for a coach in 2 minutes.
We have a young coach, and next week we'll face another young coach, and we'll face another Catholic High grad, and we'll face another state football. We will be right back here at Memorial Stadium to take on the U-High Cubs, the nationally ranked U-High Cubs, which will surely be a fantastic showdown. U-High got the best of us last year, but this year, it's a new season, new teams. What do you think is going to happen?
They're a strong team. I think the Bears have to – I want to see the Bears not make that many penalties. I want to see them control the game next week, and they have to play their game. Don't play the better athlete game. Don't play the athlete with them because they have 6 or 7 Division I athletes. Don't play the athlete game. Play the Catholic High game, and I think they'll be fine next week.
Play the Catholic High game. Play that Bear Black Hat defense game, which we love to see so much. And we hope you loved everything tonight as you were listening on 104.5 ESPN, watching on BruinBroadcast.com, and now WBTR Channel 19 Baton Rouge and 144 in Etel Gonzales. One last time, we want to thank those corporate partners of Catholic High School: Walk-On's Bistro, Mid-South Bank, Slocal, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, Marucci, Moro Physical Therapy, Raising Cane's, Lamar, Shoppers Value, and Walters Papillon Thomas Cullens, attorneys at law. For the original Mr. Football Friday night and the great David Butler, I'm Dixon Walsh-McMakin. We will see y'all next week live here from Memorial Stadium as Catholic High takes on the U-High Cubs. Final score, Catholic High 31, Zachary 30. See you next week, and go Bears. Go Bears.
This is Lisa Harvey, the principal of Catholic High School, inviting you to support the Fund for Catholic High. With a strong legacy of participation from parents, alumni, and friends, and I am proud to say 100% of our faculty